alive. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to tonight's episode of Playtest This. It's the 32nd installment featuring the return of Sasha Jelten and Eric with a C's Hall's Dovecote, which we've been arguing whether or not it's actually pronounced Dovecote or Dovecote or Dovecote. That's not one of the options. Welcome everybody. Jack will be joining us at some point. He's got bedtime with the new baby, so he'll join us here in a little bit. But he's played before, so it won't be too bad. Mostly the teach will be for Trevor's benefit and for me to know what the heck is different since last time I've played. We had Sasha on the show back in episode number 15 with Dovecote, Dovecote, and Dove Chipolopoli. And I have played it several times in person as well. So I'm excited to see what's new and different. Trevor, guest design playtester, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Trevor. I'm a board game designer. At least I like to think so. And
At least you play one on TV.
that's right. Um, I've got several things in the playtest shoot, but probably the one closest. Well, I mean, really, it's ready for Kickstarter. I just need to get it on Kickstarter. Is Alcatraz Escape the City. There's a Facebook group if you want to go check it out. If you like hidden movement, I think you'll like it. If you're one of those people that don't like hidden movement, you may still like it because it's a little bit different.
You're gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it. It's horrible. It's hot garbage.
I am not a hidden movement guy, but I did like it. And maybe I just like you. I don't know. Maybe it's the game. Maybe it's you. Actually, maybe
I don't know.
don't like you.
We did spend
It's
that
the
one night
game,
together
baby.
in Vancouver,
I
so
mean, I try not to speak of that. I'm Evan Halbert. I have a game called After the Empire. If you haven't played it, go play it and buy it and spend a bunch of money on it because I get a tiny cut of that. We have an expansion coming out hopefully at some point this year. That's in the works right now. I got a couple other games coming out sometime soon. Check all that stuff out. Unless you really hate randomness in your Euro games, then you are not going to like After the Empire. And introducing frequent playtester and twice now guest designer Sasha Jelten.
Hello, my name is Sasha Jelten. I'm a designer. This game, Dovecote or Dovecote, is my current main design that I've been working on the most this last year. Just get, I guess I'll get to the whole name thing. So, in doing the research for making this game, I watched a lot of different sort of videos and documentaries and stuff. Hello, Edward. King is in chat. But yeah, so anyways, it definitely went back and forth in the videos on if people were calling them dovecotes or dovecotes. Essentially what a dovecote or dovecote is a place to keep pigeons or doves. Pigeons are a type of dove. They are rock doves. And it goes back and forth on if people call them dovecote or dovecote. And it does seem like the majority of people call it dovecote. So I might try and start saying it that way, but I personally like saying dovecote better, and I like the way it sounds better. So we'll see. It's possible I'm going to go back and forth on it.
I was telling Sasha that when I was in Scotland, literally staying the night in a house that used to be a dovecot, the people there called it a dovecot. So I'm like, you can't get more authoritative.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Maybe I don't know if that's true.
But like if pretty much any pronunciation website or anything says dovecote, and then there's like just in videos and stuff people saying dovecote. I think Dovecote sounds better, so I might just use that. Anyways, getting
Now that we've
into-
got that out of the way,
Whatever is more pretentious, that's what I would go with.
I think it's Cote,
So
Dovecote.
I'm gonna do my best to be very thorough with this teach, because I have played this with Evan a number of times, and but Trevor has not played it yet, so I need to make sure that I'm thorough with everything. Essentially, in this game, we each own are managing our own dovecote, and so we have this area right here. If we look over at my area right here, we have 4 levels to our dovecote. We each start with 4 pigeons. These cards here are the pigeon cards, and so we can eventually upgrade our dovecote to be a total of 4 layers. But to start off, our dovecote can only house a total of 12 pigeons. So in this game, we're managing our own dovecote, and what we're trying to do is grow our flock of pigeons by breeding them, pairing them up. Pigeons or rock doves are very they reproduce very quickly. They're sort of like rabbits. Pigeons are actually the oldest domesticated bird. Dovecotes have existed for more than 900 years. The oldest standing dovecotes around the world are more than 900 years old, and they exist in pretty much every continent on the planet. So there's a long history of the connection between humans domesticating and farming and pigeons. And so this game sort of explores that theme a little bit by putting you in the seat of managing your own dovecote. So the main goal of the game is to complete any 4 of these milestones, with contests being one of them. So going through the different milestones, we have purchasing a duck pond. That just costs $12. Doesn't give you any bonus or anything, but it is a milestone. Next, we have 6 delivery birds. So everyone has a slots at the bottom of their office. That's what we call this little sideboard over here. You start with 3 slots for delivery birds. These are essentially carrier pigeons, and they are a way to gain passive income using your pigeons. You can upgrade that storage to have 3 more pigeons or doves to have a total of 6. And so you would max out at 6. So this milestone is maxing out the number of carrier pigeons or delivery birds that you have. Next, we have max storage filled. So just above where the delivery birds are, we have storage. We start out with 8 storage space. Storage space gets taken up by birds and eggs. Birds take up 2 storage space. Eggs take up 1 storage space. So I could have a total of 4 birds in this storage space, or 2 birds and 4 eggs, or 8 eggs, any sort of combination that you want. And then also you can upgrade your storage space to have a total of 24 storage space. And that is what this milestone is about, is upgrading your storage all the way and having it completely filled with birds and or eggs. Next milestone over here, we have 24 birds in your dovecote. And so, like I said at the beginning, our current dovecote can only have 12 birds. So that requires upgrading your dovecote twice and then filling it completely with birds. Then our last milestone on this outside here is 4 completed contracts. And that's where we get to these contract cards. So these are ways that we can sell our birds and or eggs for money. And essentially what you are doing is you're completing contracts by selling birds and or eggs from your storage. So you want to expand your flock by your pigeons laying eggs, hatching the eggs, pairing up birds, laying eggs, hatching eggs, getting more and more birds. As you get more and more birds, there are ways to get birds and eggs into your storage. And when there are birds or eggs in your storage, you can complete contracts to trade the amounts of things at the top for the amount of money on the bottom. So you can trade in a dozen eggs for $10, or you can trade in 2 birds for $4, or 3 birds for $7. And that are what contracts are. So this milestone is completing any 4 cards. This is
and you can do you take them when you've completed them?
Once you've completed it, it comes out in front of you, and then it will refresh with a new card. So that is how the those main milestones work. In the center, we have these 2 starred spaces. These work slightly different, but still count as being milestones. These outer milestones are first come, first serve, and you can only have one of these milestones. I can't have 2 max storage filled with my cubes. I would have to have different milestones completed. Whereas contest is something where you could have both contest spots taken. Hello, Jack. How's it going?
Hey guys.
Welcome, buddy. How's it going?
I just started the
Oh,
teach.
man.
I don't think you missed much since you've played it before. I just talking about the overall idea of it.
Okay.
Just to sort of reiterate some of the things that I was just saying is you need to do 4 milestones to win. It's any combination of 4 milestones to win. I went through each one: purchasing a duck pond, having 6 delivery birds, which are passive income for your pigeons. We have max storage filled, which is upgrading your storage spaces and filling it with birds and or eggs. We have 24 birds in your dovecote, which is buying 2 additional layers to your dovecote and then having it completely filled with birds.
Okay.
And then 4 completed contracts, which this is slightly different than the last time you played.
What's the TTS?
I just sent it to you.
Okay, thanks.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's all
I was talking as
It's
if
like
we
I'm
were
visualizing. I'm
Yeah,
visualizing.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
But
Right of it.
definitely ask questions as they come up.
The biggest change.
Can you run through the contracts?
Yeah, so the way that the contracts work is there's a contract market where there are going to be 3 contract cards face up, and you can essentially sell the birds or the eggs that you have in your storage to gain money based on completing a contract. When you're completing a contract, you are, so for example, if I was completing this contract, I would spend 2 birds from my storage to gain this card, which gives me 4 money. And that 4 money would come immediately once I fulfill this contract. After a contract is taken out of the market will refresh with a new card. And that is how the contracts work. So this milestone is completing any 4 contracts.
Sweet. Trevor, what were you going to say was the biggest change?
Oh, it's now called Dovecote, not Dovecote.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I've been saying cot forever, but I'm like contemplating switching to saying coats. But Evan is on Team Dovecote.
Yeah,
so
Team Dovecote.
Yeah.
So am I.
Let me explain contest now, because like I said, contest works differently than the other milestones in that you can have both contest spots taken by your milestone cubes,
but not for long.
But contest is king of the hill in that whenever someone wins a contest, they get to bump out one of the cubes that is on here. So the first 2 contests that happen, they are just going to be filling up the 2 spots. But once the 3rd contest will happen, then the 3rd person that wins gets to choose who they bump out and then take that spot. The way
I hate you all already.
Contests are fairly simple to resolve. Right here we have our sort of round tracker, and this is determining what is happening at the end of each round. And so at the beginning of the game, here's our marker for what where we're at. So after everyone has gone once, the round tracker will move to here. The money symbols are paydays, which that's when your delivery birds will pay out. So depending on how many delivery birds you have, you get that much money whenever the pawn lands on this money symbol. Then after everyone goes again, this round tracker will move one more. And now we have our first contest. Our first contest will be on blue birds. So for every blue bird that a player has, they will roll that many dice. So you'll see that we have 4 dice here. If you have more than 4 blue birds, you just roll dice again until you roll the number that you of blue birds that you have. But what you're going for, let's say I had 2 blue birds, I would just roll 2 dice. And then for every money symbol I roll, I will gain 2 money. And for every bird symbol I roll, I will essentially have 1 point in the contest.
Okay.
After everyone does their rolls for the contest, whoever had the most points in the contest wins. If there's a tie for first, then you roll off. So they roll the number of dice again based on the number of birds they have in the contest until there is a winner. And
it's a roll off.
Yes,
That's a much cleaner system than
Yeah,
before.
I'm glad you think so.
I'm eager to see how much faster it goes.
I think there's been a decent number of things to make the game run a lot faster. So
Cool.
I think last
What
time
do the eggs mean on a roll? Like if you're doing a contest,
they do not mean anything. I'll get to the dice are one of the main systems for how we do actions on our turns. The dice are just also used for the contest. The money symbols and the bird symbols are the only thing that matter for a contest.
Okay, the other ones are just dead.
The other things are
sides.
for the other part of the game, which I'll get into in just a second.
Okay.
So just to finish with how the contests work, when you win a contest, that means you're putting one of your cubes here. So having more birds for a contest gives you a better chance of getting some money. It also
and winning
potentially gets you a milestone, which if you can have 2 cubes on the contest, then that means you only need to do 2 of the 4 milestones. So it's 2 milestones on the outside. So contests.
If you
powerful.
send birds to a contest, are they essentially like used? Do they go away?
You do not have to send birds to a contest anymore. It's just the birds that are in your Dovecote currently.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to set aside birds.
You don't have to set aside birds. It's just however many bluebirds you have in your Dovecote currently that's how many are going to be in the contest.
Clean and easy. I like it.
Clean and easy.
C&E.
That is the contest. Now I will explain the sort of core of how a turn works. I did actually keep in mind this is a first draft, but on the back of these player aids, there is a turn sequence. It's a little bit wordy at the moment, so I'm not really looking for feedback on it being wordy. It's my first draft. I tried to be thorough with the wording. So essentially the way that the turn works is on your turn, this will be in clockwise order. You will roll the dice. Then you will choose 3 of the dice that you are going to be using for the turn. And whatever die you do not choose. So let's say I chose this die, and this die. That means I'm not using this red die. The red die now goes to this spot and is just going to be on the egg side. The reason for that is everyone whose turn it is not gets to use the red die. So everyone who it's not their turn gets to do a red egg action. So on my turn, I have up to 3 actions I can perform based on the dice the 3 dice that I chose. The egg symbols allow me to either lay or hatch birds of that color. So in this circumstance, I could choose to lay. So I have 1 green bird and it is paired. So it can lay 1 green egg. Let's say, for example, I already had a green egg
Mhm.
from a previous turn or a previous roll, then I can instead use this to hatch this green egg, which means take it off my board and take one of the green egg cards from over here. That will be a bird. Now, something to note, green eggs do not always give you green birds. They are more likely to give you green birds, but they could give you any of the other colors as well. It's currently it's a 50-50 chance of being green or being one of the other
Something
three
else.
colors.
Okay.
And that's the same for each of them. Everything is symmetrical between the different colors. So whenever you're hatching an egg, you're always getting a bird, but and it's likely more likely to be your own color than it is to be any specific other color, but it could be other colors. So that's just something to keep in mind. Next up, we have the bird symbol. Bird symbol can do one of two things. Either you can take one of your birds from your dovecote and put it in a delivery spot, or you can buy a bird for $2. So we each start with $5, but you can spend 2 of it to buy the top card of any one of these decks. Again, keep in mind, you are not guaranteed to get that color of bird, but you are more likely to get the color of bird if you choose that color of egg deck card. So that is what the bird symbol does. Next, we have the gather symbol. The gather symbol is the hand. Essentially what that does is if I had a bunch of stuff in my dovecote, with the gather symbol, I can collect any number of birds and or eggs from my dovecote into my storage. So that's just moving them over to here. You can whatever orientation you want, but you just need to keep in mind that you do have a storage capacity, and birds take up 2 storage and eggs take up 1 storage. So that is the hand symbol. Next, we have the money symbol. Money symbol can do one of 2 things. Either you can complete a contract, which are these cards up here, by trading in things from your storage for one of these 3 cards, or you can just use the money symbol to just gain 2 money.
They have to be to complete the contract. It has to come from storage. It can't come from your dovecote.
And thematically, you have taken these birds are no longer living. They are being sold for food. So once they're in your storage, they're not coming back to your dovecote.
So you should call it cold storage.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out because I don't want to be like super in like, oh, you're killing these birds. But like thematically, that is what's happening.
Have you tried a cleaver icon?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's
meat
probably
seller.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Just like blood in the over here.
Nice blood splatter.
That will be great for your 8 to 12-year-old audience.
As far as dice manipulation,
he's just ignoring us now.
there is one way to manipulate the dice, and it is by discarding one of your 3 dice. You can change one of the other 2 dice to whatever face you want. So essentially, instead of taking 3 actions on a turn, you're taking 2 actions, but one of them is exactly the action that you want to take.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Also, this is something that is new, even to Evan. Once per turn, you can buy any of the upgrades that you have. Which the upgrades are any of the face down tiles here.
And that's a free action.
That's a free action. You can just do that once per turn. As long as you have the money, you can do it. You no longer have to roll a symbol to buy upgrades. That is pretty much it. I'm sure there's something that I have missed. Oh, each time a contest happens, then we finish the contest, and then this card will be removed. A new bird will take its place, and it will be shuffled back. So every 3 contests will be different, but there's a chance that there's one color of bird that will not come up over the course of 4 or 5.
We've got 4 different colors in the cards. This one comes out. We pick from here, so we know this is going to be something different than yellow next time. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is there any questions so far?
There's a couple of comments in the comment section. Eric Ledger says, "Shouldn't a green bird and a blue bird have a yellow?" Or yes,
I knew it was
purple.
coming.
yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, no, we're not mixing the colors.
Oh yeah, blue.
You
Blue
can
and
maybe think
yellow's
of it
green.
more
Blue
like
and yellow's green.
genes,
That's what it is.
What is
like
blue and
genes.
green?
recessive
It's a
genes
brown.
and
Nasty brown.
anyways.
Like when you mix all the colors together in the. Anyway, sorry, I'm totally.
You get Evan's
Do we
color.
have any
The deluxe
questions?
version of the game comes
that's
with
my color.
56 colors of birds.
Yeah. Or are people feeling like they can start playing and then figuring it out from there?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
I will
Evan
watch
has played this
somebody
a few
else go
times. Jack
first.
played this a little while ago, and hopefully
It seems slightly different, but
yeah.
in big ways. So I'm excited to see.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think you've made some small tweaks
Mhm.
that change things drastically. So
Okay.
it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see.
Cool.
Something else that changed somewhat significantly from last time that helps with the speed is we used to only start with 2 birds each. Now we're starting with 4
Yeah.
birds each, which
Yeah.
definitely kickstarts the game a bit.
Yeah.
Jack, would you be too intimidated to go first? You did win
No.
last time we played on the
Did
channel.
he?
So
Oh, we're gonna have to correct that.
Oh,
All right,
We're
let's
gonna know
do
about
it.
that happens so rarely.
So,
that.
Jack, take it away, man.
roll the
All
dice.
right, here we
and then
go.
pick 3 of
Roll
them.
the dice. Okay, so I pick 3, put 1 in the center, and
Yep.
everybody else gets to take that action.
Yeah. The one that you put in the center is always going to be an egg. So whatever you put here is
Oh.
going to turn into an egg.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter a ton to me, so
The main
I'm
things
gonna
to like look at is what upcoming contest might be. So like blue or red is pretty safe to
Oh,
give to
yeah,
us
yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no blue or red
Yes.
contest
Okay.
coming up.
That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I will lay I lay 1 egg, a yellow egg.
Yep.
And I have to lay it here, right? Between my yellow and my red bird.
Yep.
Okay. And just 1.
Yep. If you had more yellow birds, you'd be able to lay more eggs.
1 for each yellow bird.
Whenever
And
you
if you have
are
a
laying
pair-
eggs or hatching eggs, that's as many of that bird or that egg that you have.
Okay.
And
the
they do have
gather
to be
symbol.
So this other spot is for the red.
That other spot could be another yellow if he laid on yellow again on a future turn.
Okay.
But there are only 2 spots per pair of birds.
Okay.
So you can't have more than 2 eggs in a for a pair of birds.
And I can choose the order in which these actions occur.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, hold on. In that case, I'm not going to take the egg right away
Okay.
then. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to... Oh, sorry. So I can, with the bird symbol, I can either send a bird to delivery or buy a bird. So I'm going to buy a bird.
Okay.
And just 1 bird, right? Okay. Oh,
there's a.
can I delete these?
Yeah, I'm gonna promote everyone so everyone can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delete.
Makes it a lot easier. Promote.
Okay.
No,
Anyway,
promote.
yeah, so I'll buy a bird. So I draw from the red pile.
Whatever pile you want. It's
Oh.
not based. The egg is only one that where the color matters.
Oh, sweet. Well, then I'll draw a yellow bird, and it's a yellow bird.
Okay.
Cool. 50-50. Now I'll lay my eggs, which will allow me to lay 2 eggs.
Cheater.
So I'll lay an egg there.
One thing to note is
They have to
this
be
bird
paired,
is
man.
not paired.
Oh.
So this has no mate. So you can.
Okay.
This bird cannot lay an egg. So.
Right.
We need to have a
Once-
birds and bees kind of talk.
Not a worm. Hello.
Once you get another bird, you might be able to pair it. But
Okay.
these birds are paired and these birds are paired, so this one is all alone until you
With
get
a
that.
specific focus
then-
on the birds.
Then I can gather as much as I want into my storage.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put a yellow bird and a yellow egg in my storage, and that's
Okay.
my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I will do my turn.
Did
So
everybody do
just
the
can I ask
blue?
can I ask a
Yeah.
question? So
And by that I mean,
it
Trevor, you should do the blue.
yeah, it seems like if he had a yellow here and a yellow here and then took his eggs, he'd be able to take 3 eggs on this turn. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So sorry, I am doing what with the blue?
You
I
can
am
either
taking
lay
a,
blue egg or hatch a blue egg or hatch blue eggs, but you don't have any blue eggs, so
do
it looks like
not
you're laying a blue eggs.
I lay in an egg.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, now it's my turn. I'll roll. So we have a green coming up at some point, so I'm definitely taking that. I just want to get my eggs going, so I'm going to take that. I think I'm gonna, even though you guys just got blue, I think I'm gonna give you blue.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna lay a red. I'm gonna lay a green, and then for the money symbol, I'm just gonna gain 2 money.
So if
I think I'm just gonna hatch.
Yeah.
So if I had okay, hold on. What are you doing? Hatching what?
Yeah.
So blue can be either lay or hatch. So you
Okay.
could choose to hatch your blue egg or lay an egg.
Okay. And I can hatch when I hatch my blue egg, I have to take a blue card.
Yeah, you take a blue card. Yep.
Okay.
And then flip it over, and oh, you got a yellow, which is great because we have a yellow contest coming up.
Son of a gun.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Well, I don't like it. Give me all the money.
That is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. I will put a bird into delivery.
What die are you giving?
I
us?
don't know yet.
Okay.
Cool Vine Jets. I am gonna not collect anything. You guys can have
Okay.
red.
Okay.
And I'll take $4. Is this a $5?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna increase my something. I'm gonna spend $6 to do one of these things. And then I'm done.
Okay. Trevor. If everyone has done their red egg action, then Trevor can start.
So let me just see what I'm allowed to do. So with oh, that's way too big. Get smaller. Thank you.
I could have bought a bird.
So I can send one bird to delivery, and it doesn't matter what color we're looking at.
I'm gonna
here.
retcon and buy a bird instead of send it over.
Okay.
Here.
What color bird were you buying?
Yellow, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yes. And it was yellow.
Okay, so the color on these dice don't matter. It's just when I set it here, that's the egg that's going to be for the birds.
The egg matters. So this is a red egg. So if you were to use this die on your turn, but the birds, only the symbols that are a color, the color matters.
Okay, so I can buy one bird for $2 if I want. Which I will. Now the round is going to end, and then we're going to look at money, right?
Yep.
And we are currently nobody is earning anything.
Correct.
Okay. And just trying to figure out how the engine works here.
No, totally.
Oh, don't say that. Have you watched the show? Come on. Evan's cringing.
What?
Uh,
This is a high quality program. What's happening?
It's a very slow program when Trevor's told to take his time, is what I'm saying.
Take your
Trevor's-
time.
The scary thing is Trevor's still in the first 10th of his turn.
That's true. This is true. I will do this one and spend $2 to delete that and take a card.
Okay.
Yo yoy.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yo yoy.
So I should say that you are supposed to choose what die you're giving up before you start doing your actions. Because it's not supposed to inform what.
Oh, I see. That's why you were harping on Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I've ruined it. Okay.
You ruined it.
So I'll just say choose one of these 3 dice now to give
Okay.
to us, and then keep doing your turn.
Okay, let me think what I'm gonna do then. So if I do that, okay. I don't want to do that. How do I get an egg? I'd have to take that egg and lay eggs or hatch eggs. So I will take that one, and I will take. I mean, I feel like I'm cheating now because I don't know if I would have took that.
It's all right. We'll let it slide this time.
Okay, next time I get 10 lashes with a wet noodle.
Delightful.
Let's do that.
So you're
So
giving us the blue one.
yeah,
Sweet.
why
Alright.
not?
Blue.
Oh. So I will take with the with the egg. With the egg, I can lay 2 red eggs, right?
Yep.
Because I have 2 red guys.
Exactly.
Okay,
Oh.
so that's gone. And then I can take 2
You can
bucks. with
lay
that.
or hatch.
Yes.
Right, Sasha?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can
Cool.
hatch your blue egg. Yep.
Cool.
Eric Ledger
Okay,
agrees
that's
that you
me.
take too long, Trevor.
Yeah. I think everybody would. Anybody in the chat who does not agree, you are
Any
wrong.
reasonable person.
Anyone and everyone could agree.
All 3 of you in the chat are wrong if you don't agree with
Hey,
me.
this is a well-watched, high-quality program. What do you?
It's one
KT must
downside
be
of
in there.
recording live.
TK must be in there, right?
He stopped
Yeah.
by and said hi.
Yeah, there you go.
He's probably on his way to bed or something, but
TK.
or making some sweet changes to his upcoming classic galactic cruise. Order now. Wait, you can't order it yet, can you? You can't
I
order it.
don't
All
think
right.
so.
No, you can't
I
order
don't
it
think
yet.
so.
Sign up now.
So if it's not clear, I'm done.
All right. Everyone has done their blue action. We have now moved to payday. No one currently has any delivery birds.
Yeah.
So nothing happens. And so now it is back to Jack.
Okay. We will roll.
Mhm.
Why did nothing happen on payday?
Because no one
Nobody
had
has any carrier pigeons.
Oh, that's only for delivery birds.
Yep.
Gather money.
Jack ate Yoda.
Yes.
You did.
Oh no, here we go.
Why is it at why?
What did I start?
Rock
I'm going
pigeon.
to-
I can't do it. Don't make me flail.
Don't make me.
I'm gonna give up blue. So
Okay.
more blue to you.
Blue.
I'm gonna draw a bird.
Okay.
A blue.
Oh, blue.
Action.
I'm ready.
I'm a blue. Okay.
I'm gonna draw a bird.
I'll do.
I'm gonna hatch.
I'm gonna hatch.
I can't hatch a bird.
You would.
I can either.
You can either buy a bird
Oh,
or
I could
send
send
a
a
bird to
bird.
delivery with.
You got
bird
2?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a bird to delivery.
Big bag of bullshit.
And then with the money, I can either
2 money
complete a
or 2
contract or gain $2.
which if you gather first, you could potentially complete a contract.
Son of gun.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Okay, I was trying to figure out. I think I'm going to buy a bird. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a bird. So I will buy a bird. I'll buy a yellow bird.
Yellow
What's the
bird.
word?
Pretty
Bird is the
birdie. I'm gonna buy a bird. Then I'm going to gather a red bird. And well, I didn't think this through, did I? I'm gonna gather a dang it. I guess I'll gather a
Well, what do we have
I'll-
for him, Johnny? What's his
I'm gonna
parting
gather a
gift?
red bird and a yellow bird. Then I'm gonna complete that contract. Where do I put these birds?
Now, what
They will
contract
be
is he
going
doing?
back to their decks.
Which one?
So
Can
if
he
they're
temporarily
your
hold,
starting cards-
hold 7?
what?
Can he temporarily hold 7 items in Oh, it's 8 items in storage. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah.
I was trying to.
Oh, okay.
I was
So
trying
then
to tell you
that
can't do.
contract is worth $7.
Yep. So you get $7 right now.
I don't like it.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are these worth 5?
Yep.
Okay,
I get
5,
it now.
6, 7. Okay.
I thought you had
Okay,
to pay for the contract. That would make a lot of sense, would it?
That's my turn. That's
So you
Okay.
took 3 birds out of your storage to get this contract. Is that what you did?
yes.
And then
Yep.
you had to pay.
Oh,
had
okay.
to
I
pay
paid I paid 2 to get a bird. Then I
Yeah.
gathered birds into storage. Then I spent those birds to complete this
use-
contract.
You use this die to be able
Yes.
to
Complete
Okay.
the contract. Yeah.
instead of paying $2 because it's a wash either way. Okay, cool.
Well, if I chose get paid $2, I would just take $2 for that dice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. It's not contracts you can complete. It's the upgrades you can do on any turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I see. Oh my.
Lots of egg symbols. Let's go.
4
I want
6s.
this.
That's
I'm
a
not giving
Yahtzee.
you guys that. I don't really want to give you green, so I guess you guys can have red.
Red. So I can
I'm
hatch
gonna-
all of these?
Yep.
Hello.
What?
I will
That's what I said.
hatch blue.
What?
It's
Oh, dang.
there.
My red bird was a blue. My red egg was a blue bird.
Yep.
And I have, oh wait, when I hatch reds, I have to take a red, right?
Yep. You take the
Okay.
red cards. Yep.
Sure.
You will provide a Punnett square in this game, right? So we can figure out what the possible combination.
I would like to know what allele we're talking about.
Yes, exactly. Is it recessive?
I am thinking about like putting their tail feathers to be the color of whatever card they are.
Come on over, let me see you shake your tail feather.
And then lastly, I will lay a yellow egg, and that is my turn.
Cool.
So if you guys are all done with your red egg action, then
Did you take a red egg action, Trevor?
I did. I laid me some
Whoa.
birds.
Nope, that's personal.
Hey, whatever you
Uh-oh.
want to do with your birds, you're...
I think I ate too many of my birds, you guys.
But you got a contract. It's all worth it.
I got hungry. What? I just
It was
got
a
hungry.
devil's bargain.
I mean, it was. Hit collect.
Send one bird to delivery.
Send one
Buy
bird
one
to
bird.
delivery.
That sounds very southern.
Send one bird to delivery.
What we have here
It's a
failure.
failure.
we all have
to
green.
communicate.
Okay. I'm gonna do whatever this all is.
That's money contract.
Let's take money from Jack. That's what that is.
Boop.
Oh, green. Hello.
Boop.
Wake up. Green.
Boop.
Okay, so I can lay or hatch. I don't have any, so I have to take. Okay.
Bluebirds, see
Oh, you're
ya.
Okay, sweet.
That was it.
Okay. Go ahead, Trevor.
All right. Come on, birds. What are the sides of this dice? Is it 2 eggs?
That's 2 eggs, 2 birds, 1 money, 1 hand.
1 hand. And 2 in the bush.
Yeah.
It's the name of my
Let's see.
autobiography.
2 in the bush.
Well, 1 money, 1 hand.
Oh. Let's see.
I don't know.
Don't know
What does
either.
it mean to you?
Who is this about?
I'm scared now. I guess I will give you guys, I think I should give you the yellow because I got a lot of reds. But that red's not gonna work. So
One thing to note is as soon as your turn is over, a yellow contest will be happening.
Yeah.
Currently you have the most yellow birds, but if you give us yellow, we could potentially get more yellow birds.
Why are you dissuading him?
I'm just, since he's the least experienced player.
And I probably shouldn't do it because this is also not paired, right? So yellow and red are kind of the same. So yeah,
you could also take both those dice.
I don't really want to give red out there either though, because Sasha's got a lot of red, but I don't care. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh.
Since he put a red down and I don't have any red birds,
never
can I
mind.
lay?
Never mind.
An egg?
You guys can have yellow. You guys, you get no. I'm mulliganing again. There. Okay, I'm done.
I think it's called mulliganing.
No, Jack. Unfortunately, you cannot.
Okay.
So you're gonna want to either get bird symbols and buy red ones, or eventually one of your eggs that hatches of a different color will be a red bird.
Okay, I got a question, Sasha. What happens if you? Does it matter if I take these birds away? Like I put yellow beside yellow, but then I take the yellow bird and put them over here. Oops,
so this one is no longer paired, so it won't be able to lay eggs, but this egg can still hatch.
The eggs still work. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So one there, and one there. So that's my egg. And then I got 2 birds and oh, mama. Let's see. Let's do. I don't even know if I care about this contest. Do I care about the contest? You said I can get bumped. I could get bumped out though. I'm gonna be like the first one in there.
But you can also get cash money.
Yeah, like the more birds you have in a contest, the more likely you'll get some money from the contest.
How does the contest work for money?
So if you roll any money symbols during that contest roll, you get 2 money per money symbol that you roll.
Oh, okay.
Money.
So if you have a bunch of birds in the contest, you have you'll probably be getting some amount of money.
I'm zoomed in too much. Okay, so if I want to use that bird and that bird to put them into delivery, I can just. Do I need to pay for that?
Nope. You can just send 2 birds to delivery from your Dovecote into delivery.
You birds have been naughty, so you're going over there.
Once the birds are in delivery, though, they are locked in there. They are being sent away to be delivery pigeons. So
these ones are really noisy. So
get out of here.
All right. I don't like doing this, but let's do it anyway.
Okay.
Jerry, red's gonna come up.
Excellent. Is that your turn?
I believe that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's call that
red action. So now it's back to Jack. But wait, before Jack's turn starts, the round marker moves, and we have a contest.
It's a roll off.
So now everyone, it doesn't matter who starts. We'll just say, Jack, you can start. Roll a die. You got 1 bird symbol. Okay, now I roll a die.
That's a good one.
That's great.
I get 2 money. Okay, I'll take it. And now Evan rolls 2 dice.
Bird.
I have 1 bird symbol, and now Trevor rolls 3 dice.
Don't you do it, Trevor.
Money.
Don't you do it.
Okay, so now it's a 3-way roll off.
I got eggs.
Go ahead, Jack.
Goose
go ahead
egg.
Roll 1.
These aren't pigeon eggs; those are goose eggs.
Do I still get to roll 3?
You will get to roll 3 in the roll off. Evan, you roll 2.
All right.
We need Zane here for the roll off.
It's a roll off. Oh,
Trevor, you just need to roll one bird.
Oh man, can he do
On
it?
3 dice.
No.
Nope. Okay. I guess Jack, go ahead.
Wow. That was
Ridiculous.
amazing.
ridiculous.
Okay, and
go.
now Evan, go
Goose
again.
egg. All
We
right.
might be here a while.
Yeah.
with rollers like us.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
We got
One
one.
bird.
Okay,
One
Trevor.
bird.
Okay. I'm at least
So
eliminated.
here's a
You're
question. He got the money. Does he get that
No,
again?
you would not get the money. That is not the money symbol. But yeah, if he rolled the money again,
He would get it.
You would not get the money.
Oh, because
You only
it's a
get
roll
because
off.
of roll off. Yep.
All right.
So Trevor, go ahead.
Give me the money on a roll off.
Let me show
It's
you
more
how you get
exciting. The
three-
crowd is more
Oh,
excited.
hold on. I'm flipping stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on?
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go.
That looked like cheating to me.
That was
Okay.
Oh,
So that
Evan
means
Old
won.
Evan
Stone
wins.
cheating.
Wow.
Okay, Evan takes.
I would
the
like to
contest.
cheat a different way now.
I didn't
Okay.
make any money, but I did win the contest.
Yep. So now
Shocking.
it is
Okay, so
Jack's
then
turn.
this is and
Oh.
this bird is replaced,
Yep,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Actually, that bird is special and irreplaceable.
Oh, surprising. Let's go.
Crazy. Do.
Let's go crazy. Let's go
Let's go.
red. I can't use, so no point in having that. I'm gonna set that there. Bird.
I will take
So
red.
egg. So I'm gonna. It's either lay or hatch. So I'm gonna hatch a green egg, lay a blue egg. Let's see what I got here. Green egg, blue bird.
So
I'm gonna
the
go
lay
ahead.
is on all your bluebirds.
Oh,
So
hatch. Yes. Okay. So I laid one.
well, you can do it in any
Two.
order. So you could get this
Oh.
bluebird first, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, 1, 2, 3.
well 4 because there's 2 bluebirds here, so you get 3.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, hello.
Did I take an egg here, or is this?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention.
Check the tape.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Rewind.
Okay, so egg. Okay, so I hatched an egg, did the thing, then the bird. Send a bird by a bird.
You're starting to sound like Evan. I did
I
the
know.
thing. I took the
I
thing.
got the thing.
I'm doing the
And
thing.
now I'm doing the thing. Send the bird.
He has
Buy a
infiltrated.
bird.
That's
I'm gonna buy.
that's the level my brain operates at.
I'm gonna buy more storage capacity.
Okay, so you can just flip this tile over.
Oh, okay, 6, and then I will buy a bird.
Okay.
And I can buy any bird.
Yep.
So I'm gonna buy a red bird. Hope it's red. It's not, of course.
Yep.
All right, that's my
so
turn.
You spent
Yeah, all of
your
that.
money?
I'm just
Okay.
get rid of it.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I mean, you got a green bird, which is going to be the next contest. So
Yeah,
Not all bad.
cool. That is cool.
Yeah, yellow worked
Yeah.
well for me.
So
I got nothing
You got
off my 3
$2.
birds. I got
You got
nothing.
$2.
yeah, well, you should train your birds better.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think I
was-
even got $2.
you
Did
got
I?
$2. Yeah, remember
Did
you
I?
rolled a money symbol.
Oh, did I take it?
I don't know.
I don't think I did. I don't know.
Check the tape.
You haven't spent any money? Or have you spent any money, Trevor?
I don't know. What do you spend money on?
Oh my gosh!
birds.
I
Take
did-
take $2.
I did buy one. Did I buy a bird?
I don't know.
Did I gain a contract? No. I don't know. I think. Okay. Somebody's checking the tape right now and they're like, no,
You can take
dude, do
$2.
not take
Oh,
that
yeah.
$2.
I understand what you mean now.
I
We are
will-
literally taping this. We can just
Yeah, you actually can check the tape.
Hey, so
I'm gonna hatch dos yellows.
You're doing
Those
yellow?
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
also hatch 3 yellows
a
just to one up you.
Whoa!
and a
One more than you.
Go ahead. Let's do a
little-
contest.
and get 2 monies.
How many yellows did you get?
And I will
Oh.
spend 10 to upgrade my Dovecote level.
Ooh, more
Ooh.
birds.
More birds, more options.
More birds, more problems. That's what I say.
Yeah, that is also true.
Yep, that's my philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to store those suckers.
So
Ooh,
if everyone has done the yellow
Did you do your
action,
yellow,
then
everybody?
did my yellow.
Yes.
I am actually going to pop to the
Get rid
bathroom
of
really
the-
quick. I'll be right back.
delete.
Evan, go do your turn. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna do it wrong while you're gone.
Ooh,
just to
nice.
be a jerk.
Do it wrong.
I'm gonna do it wrong.
Don't do me wrong.
Whoa. Let's go. Don't do me like that. Let's go.
I knew it was coming.
Let's give you all the worst bird.
Yes. We like worse birds.
You can have the green bird.
Excellent. Now what can we do with the green bird? We can either hatch or lay. Okay.
And I'm gonna lay some.
Now, I got a question about so the green egg, we would have to be able to put a green egg next to a green bird. Is that right?
Yes.
Like there is a potential that you would not be able to take this green
Yes.
action. Okay.
Correct. That happened to Jack.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna let this guy go.
I'll hatch that little puppy for a green.
There we go.
Holy smokes. There's a few yellows out here now. They are like rabbits. What's going
on? Someone in the comments, his name is Eric Ledger. Never heard of him. Says, if killing birds in storage is wrong,
I just don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right.
I mean that's why people raised pigeons and doves is for food.
See,
Sometimes
even 5 food.
Not for the smell.
Reasons.
Not for the
Even
smell.
5 food.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Are you done?
I'm done. That's it.
You're done.
If everybody
Right.
did their greens,
Yep.
Too late. I took it.
it's too late to apologize.
Too late.
No apologies.
Don't you defund me.
So can
Or
I
demonetize me. That's what
can
it is.
I oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Can I
I don't
So
even I don't even know how to monetize. What's that?
you can hatch any number of eggs
Eggs,
if you roll the egg symbol. Okay.
Yep.
am I allowed to oh sorry, go ahead.
Is that true? That's true of the dice in the middle too.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is the upgrade, can I do it after I roll? Does it matter?
You can do it before. Yeah, you can do it any time during your turn.
Okay. Let's roll them up.
Roll them up.
Oh, what's the hand again? The hand is collect any number of birds.
The hand is what you talk to.
Collect any number of birds and or eggs.
Yep, into storage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Store any number of
Yeah.
birds and or eggs.
Hey,
Sorry.
Sasha, should this pawn have moved since we did a contest last turn?
I think after my
so,
turn,
I think
after,
we will,
after
yeah.
Trevor's turn, it will move to here.
because you're first
Oh.
player.
It will happen.
think, right?
Where's your first player gaudy giant pigeon
Yeah.
statue?
Wait,
So that we know.
here you go.
We
Otherwise
know.
we won't. Yes.
Oh my!
Oh,
Is that a
Cthulhu.
dragon?
It's a pigeon.
It's a pigeon. Okay.
It's a half Cthulhu.
Is that a pigeon elder god?
I need a minute to look at this thing. Oh my. Okay, back to the game. Let's see. I think I need to upgrade. I don't see why I wouldn't upgrade. I think I need to upgrade.
This guy.
Let's do, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to do this. Let's do that. And we'll do this. And we will get rid of that. And then, oh, am I supposed to? Oh no, that's on the money thing, right?
What
That's
die did you
nothing
give
to.
us?
I didn't yet.
Okay.
I had to think. Okay, so I'm
Kickstarter
going
exclusive.
to keep. Oh man, 1, 2, 3. I kind of have to keep that one, I think, and then I will keep. What's coming up? Green. And what's the hand? Collect any number of birds and or eggs.
Into your storage.
Can I collect any other way? There is no.
The hand is the way to move things into your storage.
Talk to the hand. All right.
Because the bird ain't listening.
All right. Let's do it anyway. All right. We'll give you guys. Oh, do I want to do that? Look at what I'm giving Sasha if I give him the red. I don't know if I can handle that. That might just hurt my face.
Can't do it. I can't do it.
The red is also good
Anything
for
you
me.
give is going to be good for someone to some degree. So
Yes, yeah. But I mean, look at all your red. You got 5 red over there. I don't think you should have that.
Right.
On the plus side, it messes up Jack because he gets nothing.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's give Jack something. I think Jack should have some blue.
Okay.
Let's give Jack some blue.
I'm gonna hatch all of the birds.
Okay, so I
Blue.
get
Oh, blue's bad for me. All right. That's fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
2.
And Jack,
You
you can
sound
arrange
it.
these however you want.
Definitely sound fine.
After you see
4
what they
blue.
are.
Okay, after I see him.
All right,
Okay.
now Jack doesn't need any more handouts.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I'm going to do bird. So
Bird is the word.
Oh.
Unbelievable. It's
bird, send one bird to
ridiculous,
delivery.
frankly.
I mean, it's good fodder for
Let's
contracts.
do this.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
lots of
that's
birds
coming
to
up.
store.
I don't want to do that.
Blue dye that does come up is
Oh,
ridiculous
yeah.
for you.
Let's do this. I don't really know if I'm doing this right, but let's do that.
It looks good.
That looks good from over there.
Mhm.
It's got to be good then.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Oh, I got a question.
Yep.
You said 6 delivery birds.
Mhm.
Are they locked in once they're in? Like
Yeah.
they don't go anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. I don't have a question.
Okay.
That wasn't the question. It answered my question.
If your turn is over, now
Yes.
it is payday. So now everyone gets 1 money for every bird they have in delivery.
Oh, that's good for me.
Man.
That's right. 4 big ones.
Jack's turn.
Jack's turn. Let's see. What am I gonna do? Ooh. I'm gonna send have no money.
Good.
Have no
Yeah, you should
money.
get some
Red
money.
eggs.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend one of these dice,
Mhm.
this bird dice,
Yep.
to do a money symbol.
Got it.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yep.
What if I hatch these eggs and there's no room for them?
They're gone,
Then
man.
you do not hatch them.
They just go away?
You can choose not to hatch them.
Okay. But I can hatch like 1 or 2 if I want?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna gather 4 blue birds. 2, 3, 4, and then contract to sell those 4 birds.
Yep.
For
Don't like it.
$10.
Don't like
10
it.
monies.
Don't like it.
It's all about the
change.
contracts.
Yeah.
What do I do with these cards? Delete them?
So
Put 'em back?
They'll go back to their decks.
Okay.
In the physical game, they'll go to the bottom, face up, and then once the deck runs out, then they get shoveled back. But for now, we just shovel them back into the decks, and
Okay.
it doesn't affect things that much.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
Okay. Okay, we'll roll.
Roll
Let's go.
So from you want to be a
Maybe I should start doing some contract stuff. We have a green contest coming up. Don't really want to give out green.
Are we learning math in the background?
Something.
That sounds like Trevor's offspring.
Oh, can they hear? Hey, Ethan. Hold on, I will redo it.
Okay.
I was like, the voice sounds familiar but different. That must be Trevor's kid.
I don't really want that.
Maybe you've got the echo or
Yeah.
I'll give you guys yellow.
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 We were talking square numbers, evidently.
Ooh.
I'm giving you guys
Yellow. All right,
Okay,
I'll hatch a couple of yellow.
We're
Hatch
doing
a
yellow?
yellow bird, and it's a green bird.
Okay, so I cannot
well,
put my
birds.
hatchlings anywhere, so I have to take the eggs. Correcto?
Yellow.
What?
I cannot. I only had 2 open egg spaces. I don't have anywhere to put birds, so I have to take the birds. Sorry, have to take the
I
eggs.
believe you could choose to hatch and just not lay egg. So basically, your choice is take eggs or don't take eggs. If you don't have space for anything.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and collect some eggs. We have red contest coming up eventually, so I'll do 1, 2, 3.
I'm all in for this green contest.
4,
Can you tell?
5,
You're 1. I like it.
6. And then
Mistakes were made.
money symbol.
This one's not for you. That's fine. You'll be fair.
I will complete a contract. I'll do the half dozen egg contract to get 4 money. And then with the bird symbol, I will send a bird to delivery. I'll send. I guess I'll send this bluebird. Just bluebird.
The only way you can fulfill contracts is from your storage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Hold on. Whoa.
Sorry, that was
a lot of hands.
Muted.
Do you ever notice that like rolling multiple hands isn't very good at all?
Oh wait, what was your color? Oh yeah, it was yellow. Never mind. I did it. Sorry, I was away. I was AFK there for a second.
Yeah, rolling multiple hands is not good, but you can always discard a die if you need to get out of a sticky spot.
He's a giver.
Yeah. Can you take stuff back out of storage? Like take eggs back out of storage?
Nope.
That'd just be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Playing with your dead birds. They're just sleeping. They're
fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh gosh.
I need him for the contest.
Can you guys see my cat? No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, don't see him.
He's scratching himself.
Do I care? That is the question. Am I gonna waste a hand? Yeah, I guess so. All right. You guys can have yellow.
Oh, you're an evil.
Trevor loves the yellows.
You're a dick.
I guess I'll hack it.
And I will gather 1, 2,
Hmm.
I'll be right back.
4 birds. There we go. And then I'll hatch my reds. Oh,
You
no
can arrange them
reds.
however you want, but yeah, I guess with the
What's
what you
that?
got, you can arrange them however you want
Okay, yeah.
after you see them. But
Yeah. And then I've got a wasted collection hand, and I'm done.
all right. I mean, you could collect some of the birds that you just got by upgrading your storage. But yeah,
What's that? Oh, I guess I could upgrade my storage. Nah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
don't need it.
All right. Let's see what we get. Nothing but hands.
Nothing but hands, people. Would you call
Oh
me what
my.
hands?
I did. Almost did it. Okay, so I got a money and I've got, oops.
Lebowski.
I've got a money, I've got a bird, and I've got this thing. And so do I want to do that? I don't want to give you that. Yellows. Oh man. Well, since you guys gave me yellow, I might as well give you yellow right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not good for me. I just got rid of all my yellow.
So I'll take $2.
Okay.
I will upgrade my capacity.
Okay.
For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will store, so I can take, so that's that. This is,
I think someone broke into your house, man.
oh, yeah, sounds like there's construction in the kitchen.
Is it your cat?
That's how the kids get ice. Half of it goes into a jar, the other half goes onto the floor. Okay, let's what do I want to do? Okay, that's there. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh. Why did I do that? That was dumb. Everybody in the comments is like, yeah, that was dumb. Why'd you do that? So I can do that 4, and then I can do 1 bird, which would be buy a bird or send one to the thing.
You can also put eggs in your storage with the same hand action. I'm just mentioning.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I did it. Actually, I wasn't thinking. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm allowed 8.
Yeah.
Yay.
5, 6.
Wow.
2, 2,
Gonna
2.
complete,
You're gonna be like,
but you can only complete 1 contract, right?
7.
yeah, per money symbol, but yeah, you
But I
only
can
do one
get.
in a turn.
When I do a contract, I don't have to, like if I did this contract and I had 13, I could still send 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it doesn't matter which, this is all considered the same storage as far as I'm concerned, right?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if it's smart for me to get rid of all of my producing of people, but
It's fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, no one's going to give me a red, but I'm actually going to throw a red in here.
With that bird symbol. Okay.
And I might throw 1 other.
Oh, into storage or
Yeah,
out of storage space.
into here.
Well, you only have one of these symbols.
Oh, so you're saying I can't. So you're saying don't even think about it, mister. Okay, so if I did a bird instead, 2, 4, 6, 8, I could do that. But why would I do that? I don't know. Maybe I do. Do I?
mean, yeah.
Can I
Let's
get
scout.
birds? I can't get birds. I can't mate with those birds. Whoa, let me rephrase. I think I'm done.
So you're
So-
saying there's a chance.
Now a contest happens.
Contest.
Green.
Okay, so Jack, if you want to go first.
Yeah, I get
kill
to
this
roll
contest.
3.
I'm gonna
Oh,
win.
whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry, I accidentally
You
drew a
won.
coin.
Be funny if I
Okay.
did.
That would be hilarious.
One bird.
One bird.
I got 0.
Goose egg. Let's see, I've
And
got
we get to roll a total of 5.
fiver,
So roll
huh?
the 4 and then roll one more. Got
Oh, there's the winner.
so far.
and
2.
2.
Okay,
And it does not
Trevor
matter.
cannot beat that. So, but Trevor, you still roll a die in case you roll a money symbol. You can get 2 money.
This one seems lucky.
I really wanted money instead
It
of
is
winning,
not.
actually.
Oh,
there
got
you
2
go.
money.
You were
Whoops.
right.
I actually
Green
didn't
for
want to
money.
win this because it's meaningless for me
Boom.
because you know one of these is getting bumped out. But that's okay.
It's not meaningless for you. If someone else won, then they can just bump your. all
That's
your
what
one
I'm
that you have out
saying.
there.
That's what I'm saying.
Buy a bird, send a bird.
Oh, am I
Gather.
supposed to take this thing? Oh no, I didn't do 6
You
delivery
didn't do that.
birds. Never mind.
You are
Buy a
looking like
bird.
you're probably going to be the one to do it, but
Yeah.
not quite yet.
Could be.
You never
Could
know.
be. I don't
Yeah.
think Jack's gonna beat me.
You never know.
Buy a bird, send a bird. Buy a bird, send a bird. I want to.
Buy a bird, send a bird.
Oh,
Do you
contest happened? Yeah, sorry.
I just have to remind myself what it does. Contest. I'm gonna give up green.
Oh, my blue.
I'm gonna give up green.
Idiot.
You're welcome, Evan.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy
That's
all the
actually-
birds.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
One.
You're doing green.
I'm going to
3, 4.
gather birds into storage. I'll gather these 2 birds into storage. And then I'm gonna gather. Sorry, I'm just gonna put them there for now.
Okay.
And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. So I'm gonna get rid of all of this to complete that contract.
6
Whoops.
eggs and 2
Oh
birds.
my.
I'll replace that. Don't worry.
Okay. Duck pond.
No, his duck pond's gone.
It's a goner,
I
man.
know. It's gone.
It's
And
a
I'm gonna
goner.
complete this big contract here for 8.
That's
5,
4 coming up. Just working on
7,
4.
8. And I'm gonna buy my duck pond.
Very nice.
So that'll be duck pond has art. It's pretty. Look at the duck pond. 8.
How dare you buy that duck pond?
I did say the duck pond doesn't give you anything when you buy it other than milestone, but it does give you a pretty nice.
Yeah,
It does
that's
give you
nice.
a cool duck pond,
That's nice.
which is it might be
Big
worth
plus.
it.
And it's actually little known
it's
that
pretty awesome.
ducks and rock pigeons are like arch rivals, so it's an interesting
Oh,
inclusion
yeah.
in the game.
Surprising.
Well, look at him
I'm
staring down the
Lord.
I'm gonna
birds.
buy a bird. I'm gonna buy a red bird.
Get them.
And that's my turn.
Wing formation.
You
Wait,
got a
win.
red bird.
Wait, I thought you completed a contract with that symbol.
I did.
With this.
No. With the
Yeah.
money
Oh,
symbol.
buy a bird. Buy a bird.
Buy a-
Got it.
yeah.
I was like, you can't
Yeah.
do well, Jack.
Yeah.
Let me find a way. Let me find a way to win here.
Sorry. That was never mind. Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, so we have red coming up. I don't want to give that one away for sure. blue
Why not?
is reasonably
Why
good
not?
for me.
Come on.
I think I will give you guys green.
Green. Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's not.
Jack's like, yeah, bring it on.
It's not.
I like green.
Yeah. I'll have it.
Actually, maybe I will, instead of doing that, maybe I'll hatch this one.
This.
Yeah, I think I will hatch this instead.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Then I'll lay blue.
There. Oh my. I got all the red
I will
cards.
collect 2 money.
Yeah. It's a monopoly of
It
birds.
is.
My turn.
All
Sweet.
right.
Look how colorful Sasha's Dovecote is.
He's hedging his bets.
Diversify.
He's hedging.
Yeah.
He's hedging his beds.
Ooh,
He's a
wing.
he's a shrewd investor.
He is.
Wing
Okay.
it.
So, what can I do? What can I do? What can I tell you? I'm going to give out this yellow.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Look out, everybody. 1, 2, and 3.
Yellow, huh? All right, I can hatch that.
Chow. Chow. And that's my turn.
All right.
Nice. Evan is 1 milestone away from winning.
I see
You
that.
just need to not let him win the next contest.
Crazy.
And then, I mean, he's not gonna get another milestone from winning the contest,
No.
but we'll take one of his milestones away.
Why are you so focused on me, Sasha? Maybe
Holy
you should
crap.
do work on yourself first.
Oh yeah,
So
you're
many
right.
eggs.
You gotta be kidding me. So, ooh.
If
Send
there's
one
something that
bird.
you really want to do, you can always discard a die to change the face of another.
So I can buy 1 bird for $2. What does that mean again?
You can pick the top card off of one of these decks.
If I had a
and
bird
another.
symbol. Okay.
Yeah.
So
If
I can
I
lay eggs or I
had
can hatch eggs. So
the
obviously I want to
doctor.
keep that.
Okay.
And I don't know, what do I want? Green or yellow? Probably want to give up the yellow and take the green. And then I probably want to give up the blue. Yeah, I'll give up the blue and I'll flip this green to, so yeah, I'll give the yellow.
Oh, give up the blue. Got it. I see.
Yeah.
Discarding the blue to change.
Discard the blue so that I can change this to a.
I was excited about taking the blue also.
Yeah.
Lay, send 1 bird to delivery.
Oh wait, I just took a blue. Hold on. There we go. There we go. That's the right one. That's the right one.
Okay, so I'm going to add eggs.
These eggs don't fit.
Yeah, I need to change the snap points slightly.
There we go.
It works in some places, but not on all the places.
Also, just a TTS thing. Be good to have rotational snap points on this board
Oh,
for the cards.
Like yeah.
I think 1 card is, and then the rest are just flat snaps.
Let's
Really?
find out. Nope.
I can change that.
Okay, so I did
they're all
that.
flat snaps.
Yeah.
And I will send what's coming up. There is a blue coming up. Well, that does not help me.
Well, red's coming up next, but then
Yeah.
blue after that.
All right, I guess I'll do that, which does make me take
If I
that.
had $1 million.
And so his contests count each as 1.
Yep.
Until you
Okay.
bump me out, yeah.
He has 3 milestones.
Don't even think about it.
You're about to die.
You're about to die, Dr. Jones. I expect you to die.
All right, I've got $3, so I can do an upgrade for, no, I can.
They all cost more than $3, unfortunately.
I cannot do a contract. Complete one contract. I need money on the dice for that.
Yep.
I cannot pay $2 to complete a contract.
Nope.
Okay.
I want money.
Dang. All right. Probably should have done something different then, but that's okay. I didn't want you to complete it.
Is that the end of your turn?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
that
so
was it.
Payday happens.
Payday.
One for each bird you have in your delivery.
Payday.
Well, I want to keep yellow, that's for sure. I think I want to give up the green. No, Evan, man, can't keep giving him green.
Well, he only has 4 spots for birds, so he can only hatch 4 of those 8 eggs.
Only 4. We're just gonna
it is
fill
still
him
a
up.
lot.
We're
It's
just
still a
gonna
lot.
fill him up. That's all.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He has what he
so
needs for
many
duck
he
pond.
can't take all the birds. That's how many he has.
Okay, I'll just give him eggs.
Okay.
I
Oh my.
will
Gave it to you.
Yeah.
lay
It
yellow
was the laser
eggs.
eyes. That's what done it. Let's go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yellow eggs and then bird. So I'm gonna send
1,
a couple delivery birds
2,
out.
3.
Okay.
It's a lot of avocados I've got over here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Evan might have this because I can only buy
Yeah, I don't see.
one of the duck pond spots.
I don't see a
can't
way to
block
stop
the
it.
one.
Yeah, it can't be stopped.
Can't be stopped.
Can't be stopped.
And when you complete the 4 milestones, the game is immediately over and the person who did it wins.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I can play out my turn, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Too bad.
Wait,
this
who else
table's
purchased
so
a duck
heavy.
pond?
I
Jack.
purchased one, and Jack purchased one.
Well, how come I don't see your duck pond?
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
I just bought it.
I was like,
Um,
why is that cube up there?
Okay.
Where are those cute ducks?
Where are those cute little ducks?
Oh, I purchased one too.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Oh, I forgot to flip over my
would
duck
have been
pond.
that would have been big. Yeah.
That would have been great.
Um,
Somebody should have pointed that out to
You did.
me.
Trevor, have you considered buying a duck pond?
I do. I'm very into duck ponds.
Okay, I guess I will
Even in the winter.
discard one of
Especially in the
these
winter.
to turn this into.
Have you ever tried skating while the heads are just poking out? It's really
symbol.
It's a new
Dicey.
sport.
Dicey.
And we'll go.
All the animal lovers are like, what the hell are we watching?
3 and 4.
The
Did I
funny thing
mention
is,
my
I am
cat?
an animal lover.
Yeah, did I mention my
And a
cat is behind
vegetarian.
me? My
Right.
cat is behind me. I'm just
Here on the
kidding.
show, I'd like to point out that we all love animals.
That's my turn, and now Evan wins.
Playtest this is not necessarily.
And Evan wins.
Playtest this does
Let's
not
see what he
endorse.
does. Wait,
Playtest this does
Wait,
not endorse.
maybe he doesn't
Before
see it.
we-
Maybe Evan.
we
doesn't
need
see it.
to. We need to. Yeah, we need. Does
Oh,
he
wait.
see what he can do?
I forgot to take note of the final round. That's okay. What's that?
The
Evan,
negative.
you should
I know I don't need
buy a
to do
Dovecote
anything.
level.
What's that?
You buy a Dovecote level.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do.
Should do it. Oh, the
Son
duck
of a gun.
pond.
Okay.
Because I can't
Nice.
roll. We lost because I can't roll.
Well, that was. How long were we playing? Let's
Let's
see.
see, 9:55. That's let's
An
see,
hour?
Test this record.
1:30.
That was unusually fast. It definitely
That was an
can
hour.
happen. Evan was saying, "Oh, the early contest doesn't matter if I do it." And
I was wrong.
Yep, it
Yeah.
very much matters.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wrong. I didn't expect to win it that fast. I thought it wouldn't matter. It
Yeah.
it did.
It
It
yeah,
very
it,
much
it
did.
definitely can. It's like it's
Hmm.
you can't just ignore it.
So this is unusual. Like normally
This is very
games
unusual.
are playing a little bit longer.
You usually
Probably
there,
another
Half
2
hour.
rounds.
usually
Yeah.
there are at least 4 contests. We only had 2 contests
Yeah.
this game. Usually there's between 4 and 7.
Oh, so maybe
contests.
another hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, with a first time sort of play,
Yeah.
it definitely is a bit slower. But I think Evan, Eric, and I last time we played it in person, it was 45 minutes.
Pretty fast. Yeah.
3
Does this
players.
game max at 4 play? Is it?
It's currently maxed at 4 players. There's like not a big reason why it can't have 5 players. It's more free actions between your turns, and so we haven't tested it with 5 yet. It would probably still work, but
That would be
possible
my
there's some
biggest.
tweaks.
That would be one of my biggest suggestions because I didn't see any reason not to have 5.
Yeah, no, totally. I would love. I think having a player count go from 1 to 5 is
Pretty good. Yeah.
really nice.
It's huge. There's a huge market for that.
Yeah.
And not all games scale to 5. And
Yeah, I think this scales pretty well. It like my only worry, and it's I should probably get over it and just test it. Is I don't know if you've ever played Space Base.
Yes.
But Space Base is a game that also goes to 5 and is not good at 5 because
Right.
you get so many free actions in between your turns because on each player's turn you're getting stuff.
I love that about Space Base. What are you talking about?
Well, I think it just like really throws off the balance of cards
Yeah,
that
it's
are
like-
flipped above your board versus cards that
It's
are
like
on your
playing it
board.
at 2. It doesn't work at 2 either because it's too far in the other direction and you have to
Exactly.
concentrate on your main board. 3 or 4 is probably the sweet spot. 4 is
Exactly.
where I like it.
Yeah, I mean, at 5, you are diluting the frequency of the money gain and the contests, but
Yeah. So I'm down for feedback. This is a bit unusual, but it's cool to see it happen because this is definitely something that I don't think we want it to never happen, but that is just something to be aware of that is not super common.
yeah, cool. Well, let's start with feedback.
Sure. I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sasha, this is great. This is good. I think like what I said at the beginning turned out to be true. You made some minor tweaks. I think sped up playtime and it improved the experience a lot. One of the biggest drags I think when we first played was the lack of follow. Were there follow actions last time where
that mechanic has been the same where you always donate a die and other people use it.
Okay. That was a good feeling to be able to do that. I feel like some things opened up, like moving all of them to storage. Correct, like moving as many as you wanted to storage was a new idea. The contest, participating in the contest freely. The contest is so much faster.
Yeah.
Just a much faster process. And equally, I think as fun and high stakes because it's worth victory. I mean, it was why Evan won. And if we emphasized more, could have been would be something to learn for another play. I think I intentionally employed a strategy to see if it would work, which was a low bird strategy. I was thinking, what if I don't focus on birds at all? Can I win? Like, can I be close? I felt like I was fairly close, like maybe a couple more rounds I could have done some things. I felt like there was a possibility of victory without filling my dovecote too much.
Absolutely.
So that I think is interesting. I mean, it indicates to me that there is divergent strategy and there's variability in player options depending on how the dice land. Like it's not just if I roll eggs I win the game, right? Or if I roll bird and egg tokens more than everybody else, I'm in a better position. So I like to see that. And I felt like that was well designed. Let's see, the payout for the contracts seemed well balanced too. I liked that. I like the race element of the game. It's a very clear win condition. One thing I would say is a strength of the game is I came in mid-teach. Granted, I have played Dovecote before, but so I did have some background, but I felt that the win condition was simple enough that I could grasp what I needed to do on my turn, and the action options were so simple that it was easy to pick up. Okay, what do I do on my turn? I roll dice. I pick from this menu of things. This player aid is very helpful. One thing though is the back of your player aid is really jumbled. No, I'm just
Very wordy. It's very wordy.
Still a lot of words on back there. No, but overall, I think I think there are a lot of strengths to this game. So all positive notes in that regard.
Let's get some negative notes.
Yeah. So constructive side. One of the things I was curious about in my particular situation was like, well, what do I do? I can pretty easily get 2 cubes. I was employing this low bird strategy, right? I could pretty easily get 2 cubes. I could get my duck pond. I could get my 4 contracts. But then what do I do? Everything else was such a far cry. It was such a long shot. Like, okay, well, what do I do next? Maybe try to win contests, but I'm low on birds because I put them all into storage to win contracts. I could maybe fill my storage more. I was thinking, well, maybe I could, fill up my storage. Maybe that's the next thing I do, and then try to win a contest to win the game. That's probably the best path of victory for me. But I did feel not investing in birds did pigeonhole me, not to use a bird pun, but did kind of pigeonhole me, and like, okay, well, I have to basically go this route to win. And it's maybe a long shot. So even though there is divergent strategy, I think maybe there's something that could be done to mitigate that. And here was the biggest Evan always talks about feel bad, right? The biggest feel bad for me at the game was realizing, oh man, Evan's got it. And being like, we got to finish the round just so Evan can win. And also feeling like there's nothing I can do to stop Evan from winning. Like the only thing that could have been done is Trevor buy a duck pond.
Right.
And it only would have delayed the inevitable, because in the next round he would have done it.
Well,
or he would have
the contest.
I might have lost the contest.
Yeah, he was pretty likely to lose
That's
the contest.
True. Yeah,
that's
true. But yeah, so I just felt a lack of ability to extend the game. Like usually I'm looking to push the end game. I'm like, okay, let's push this further. But I felt like there was nothing I could do to easily move it forward because of the lack of agency in contests. Like, oh, I could bump him from a contest, but I didn't have any guarantee of being able to do that. And just thinking about, mitigation circumstances like that, what could I possibly do to keep myself in this thing when when I realize it's going to be a long way for me to go. So that was my biggest note. I don't know if I have any suggestion for you, but that was just something that I noticed as we were playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
My main sort of thought on that, I definitely hear you, and I do think that feeling is a little bit exacerbated by this specific game being
condition.
Having 2 contests won is very strong. And in a 4-player game, having one person having won back-to-back contests, let alone the first 2 contests, is quite rare. And usually if the game ends early, it's because someone like wins a contest, and then that sort of seals the game for them. So yeah, it is interesting. I definitely see what you're saying, and I do really see that exacerbated because of this less common scenario. So that's definitely something that I will try and take note of and see if I can do something to address that when something like this happens, or decide if it's not important.
Which
it's just when this happens.
Yeah, which does bring me to the other two issues that I felt was in a contest where I have low representation, I'm relying on rolling a money symbol, maybe for some mitigation, like, oh, maybe I can get something out of this. But for the most part, rolling the dice will do nothing for me. I'll participate in the contest with barely any birds. So there's a little bit of that, win more sort of situation where it's like, oh, I'm already ahead because I have a bunch of birds. And then I win the contest. I roll more dice, so I get more money. So I get more contest. It just the idea of, is there something for the participant like me who has no birds, low likelihood of winning the contest? Is there some sort of mitigating thing to be done there? And it's kind of a tricky situation with the balance of your game because you're incentivizing players to participate in the contests and prepare for them. So you want to incentivize that. But if you find yourself in the position where you are last in the contest, that can set you back pretty significantly. So I'm not sure what to do there, but it was a bad feeling for me a little bit where I'm like, oh shoot, I've had both contests where I didn't get anything out of it. No money, no cube. Right. So just something to think about there.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing, oh man, it's on the tip of I should have written this one down. I was just thinking about it. What do I do if I roll 4 hands? So every other thing, it's like, oh, well, I rolled more of this than I need, so I can exchange a dice. But what if I roll 4 hands on my turn? I give up one of those, right? I can collect, okay, and then I can trade a hand to change the other hand to something else, right? But what if I don't want to collect at all on my turn? It's not part of my strategy. It's not something I want to do. Then I have an extra hand. I could potentially end up doing one action and being like, I'm going to pass my other action, which in a game where you take 2 actions on a turn or 3 actions on a turn, if you end up taking one, could be bad. Have you ran into that?
Not
in playtest.
I mean, rolling 4 hands is
be rare.
Yeah, it's like
a 1 in 36 chance. Is that right? Or
it's 6,
or is it significantly more than that?
6.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
6 to the 4th.
Yeah, it's a very, very rare edge case.
Yeah. I mean, Evan rolled 3 hands.
Yeah, I wasted a die. But I got 2 actions. That was the first time that I saw that. But I wanted to collect, so I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely not as bad. I mean, that's definitely a reasonable thought. Adding the hand as its own symbol is something that is a little bit newer. So it's definitely something that I'll sort of think about, and maybe giving the hand some other thing that can do, because all the other things sort of do 2 things. The hand is sort of just doing one thing. So that's definitely something that I'll think about. The reason that I didn't come up with a second thing for the hand is because, I thought rolling a ton of hands is just very unlikely. But I mean, Evan rolled 3 of them, so I mean, it's something that I'll think about. It's definitely a valid thought.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of that I was kind of like, maybe I would want to do this. I don't think I can currently do this, but I might want to do it. Is pull eggs out of storage to hatch them, or pull eggs out of storage just to put them back in my Dovecote. I don't know thematically if that works with what you're going for what the storage is supposed to be, but it was something that I could see myself doing where it's like, oh man, I put that thing in storage, but I don't want it there. Or like the contest has changed and I have a bunch of red eggs in storage because they were showing, blue and green. and then you go, oh, but I have 6 red eggs in storage. I could pull those out, advantage myself in a contest in the future. I could see that being something that I might want to do that I couldn't currently do.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, no, I mean,
but those,
that's good to hear that feeling.
Yeah, those are all of my notes.
Okay.
All of the things that I noticed.
Excellent. Yeah, I do. I do wish that the game happened a little bit differently, because this is unusual. But at the same time, this is also good to see this, because this is, if this can happen in the game, it will happen to people. So
yeah.
Well, and it's okay. It is okay, because I did have the feeling like, oh, Evan's playing a good game.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily have the feeling like, I guess so lucky.
Right.
I felt like he was playing well.
And I think this is more okay if the game is under an hour on the first play.
Right.
At the same time, though, you want the first play to be like really fun and wanting to play again. So hopefully you guys also had a feeling of like, oh, I know what I would do differently, I would want to play again, kind of thing. But yeah, anyways.
Definitely. I definitely think I would invest heavily in birds early. And delay contracts. That seems like an important strategic move, but I don't know. I didn't think that it was so obvious that it's like, you must do this. So even after losing by doing that, I still think like, oh, you could, do a contract early. It could set you up.
The game would have been so different if Trevor, having the advantage on the first contest, won that first contest.
I know,
the game would be very different.
Yeah.
I had 3-1 and I lost with 2 rolls. I rolled twice and I lost. I got nothing on the first. I rolled 6 dice and I got nothing.
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Should we go to Trevor?
And I just like to say, it's really your guys' fault for letting Mr. Green get the second one.
Mr. Green.
I tried.
Evan. Okay. So I really liked the weight of the game. It's right up my alley.
What weight would you put it at?
Ooh, I mean, I followed it, so it's got to be less than a 2.2. I mean,
that's probably pretty.
I think we're
that's
slowly molding you into a slightly higher weight range. We're slowly pulling you.
I mean, you've got 4 dice, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides to the dice, right? And they're all right here, what you can do with them. So I think it's pretty. Your icon actions are pretty. I might have to look something up because I'm slow, but I think like if I didn't quite understand what these were, I'm sure they'd be more in the rule book, and I might have to look it up. But I would suspect this would be a really quick, like, hey, Trevor doesn't know what he's doing, he's got to stop and look something up kind of thing. So I think everything kind of really went nicely together. And I remember at the beginning of the game when we started, I was like, okay, so I just roll these dice and I just got to take 3 and put 1 in here. Okay, I like this. This is nice, simple decisions that lead to a bigger decision space. Sorry, nice, simple actions that lead to a nice decision space. So, and that's the kind of game that tends to appeal to me as well, is simple actions with the decision space coming from the actions, instead of the actions being really complex, and then the decision space being, coming from that. So yeah, it's definitely right up my alley. What else did I have? I liked that you started with some birds that you could breed right away. I like the breeding spaces. It seemed to be good. If you were getting really, winner gets more stuff type, because you had a good variance of birds in, like, I mean, obviously nobody was giving me red at the end, or like kind of halfway through to the end because they could see I was stacking red, and they're like, "Oh, Trevor's doing good," and they lost sight of Evan over here swimming in his duck pond. but but the eggs, that whole like you can only put so many on, I think really does, I had one point where I was like, oh, I'm full of those and I can't really do anything else with those. So I guess I get nothing, but that getting nothing didn't feel so bad because I'm like, well, I have all this stuff because I'm doing well. So that didn't feel so bad. On the, where I had those negative feelings, was when Evan rolled his, and it wasn't even my turn, what Jack was talking about with the 3 hands. I think you can mitigate that though pretty easily. Anytime you roll 3 of anything, you could have something special go off in the game. There might be a solution, but what I would say, and I don't know if you want suggestions on changes, but I'm wondering if you've tried it as a drafting game instead of the roll and get what you get. So you roll, there's 4 of us, so you'd roll 8, I guess, and do a snake draft. Then who picks what goes in the middle? I don't know. But then we're all kind of playing at the same time, and we lose the effect of, oh, okay, so I can sit here and see it's going around to Evan and he's going to win. Instead, I can actually do something on Jack's turn, and I can do something on Sasha's turn. And when it gets to Evan, maybe I've got the stuff to be able to buy my duck pond. It doesn't have to be my turn to do these actions. I'm going to get 2 dice, and I'm going to be able to use them however I want to use on my turn. Now, I will say, I like rolling dice, and I think dice should be rolled in a dice game. But that is one thing, because when you're drafting now, you're not. It doesn't seem like you're rolling them as much when you draft dice. So, I mean, it's this or that kind of thing. In this case, I think I would choose the strategy because I don't think you're making a really huge decision here. And I think it would be fairly quick because everybody could see what's out there, especially if there's more than one of something. Person in last place might have more of a decision because there's going to be 2 things to take. But anyway, that's my kind of out there suggestion. Do that, throw that wherever you would like to throw it. As far as as it is, for contests, I don't have any problem with Evan being able to put a second contest in here. So if he does get out, he's got protection. But what I would like to see is this only counts as 1 if you're going to keep it the way that it is. So he can back it up if he wants to. But I mean, realistically, that first contest, he did not play to win that first contest. I did, and I didn't get it. And that was pretty painful. Knowing that I had worked really hard for that, specifically knowing what was coming up, and that's what I was going for. I wasn't putting birds over here. I was going for this contest. And I was also getting lucky drawing yellows or greens or whatever it was that we did. I think it was yellow. But I had 3, Jack had 1, Evan had 1, and we went around twice before Evan won. I didn't even get $1.
Yeah.
So that was pretty, like, I've geared up for this contest and I get nothing. That didn't feel very good. So I'm with Jack. I think there should be something for the loser, and I think you could just make it, every loser, for every bird you have in your dovecote, like every bird you had in the race, you get $1.
Okay.
And then that way, if you have 6 birds and you lose, at least you're getting $6. I don't know if that's too much, but I mean, if you've worked to get 6 birds into a contest, especially at the beginning, I mean, you're hedging a lot on that. You may be drawing cards that are lucky too. So I don't know if that's really appropriate or not, but it's just the first thing that came to mind. I'm just riffing.
I think it's a valid idea. It's sort of taking the variance out of more birds equals more money from the contest, and it's just like if you have more birds, you are going to get more money. Not like you might get more money.
And you might win, but you're definitely going to get $1 per bird.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I conceptually I like that idea. Again, like balance wise, yeah, I'll probably have to poke around with that a little bit, but I think that's a valid concept.
I also think for the mitigation of dice, even if it was drafting, I would want a token off to the side to give me one free mitigation. So as if I was spending a die to mitigate two of the other ones, I'd want one free token. It just gives me that push your luck of like, oh, do I use it right now or should I wait? You know, I don't know if I would just automatically use it. Maybe it's not even a decision. So, but it felt pretty tight at the beginning if I did get a bad roll to not be able to mitigate. And that would allow me to possibly mitigate 2 dice. So if I did get like, you know, I wanted to do a contract, there is no way that I can do a contract unless I roll the money sign. So I would want a way for me to do the contract, even if I don't roll what I want, but it's going to cost me more. And I would like to be able to do my actions in the game, but maybe it's going to cost me more. And then I wouldn't maybe necessarily need a draft. Now I'm just rolling bad. Okay, well, I could do this, or I really need to do this and this. It's going to cost me to do it. I'm not sure how that would work out, but I just don't like it when my actions aren't available to me that what I really want to do in the game. Because if you were like Jack and you were storing and you don't roll the hand, you can't do your thing. And you know, if you want to do the thing, you want to do the thing.
Yeah, you can't do your thing if you want to do 3 actions on your turn.
Yeah,
but you can do 2 actions and do your thing and then one other action.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. One other place to consider adding that is with contracts. Like if you have a contract, you can spend it by turning it over.
Some sort of
to mitigate. The reason being, contracts pay you, but you're giving up your opportunity for passive income because you're mostly selling birds, which you could use for delivery and earn passive income on them.
That's a great
so
idea,
contracts
Jack.
are kind of a double whammy in terms of you pay and then you lose out on future opportunity from the things that you pay. Plus you have to put things in storage and then move them later. So you're like moving birds out of production into storage and then selling them and then losing on the opportunity to use them in the future. So there's kind of this lack of reward with the contracts, even the ones that pay off in a big way, like $10 is a lot.
I think if you had a contract and it would allow, like, you're still going to get the money on the bottom. And like you said, if you flip it, that would give you the opportunity to
pip a die,
do as if it's a die face. You could change the die face to that now. I think that's a good idea because now you're mitigating that die and you can do it. And it causes you to want to go do a contract. So you've got that option to be able to have that in the game. So now you actually want to do this, which is what you were doing. And I think at the beginning of the game, this is the engine that I would try to avoid. And I try to do the birds. And this would make me think twice about that because it's like, ooh, now I could do a contract if I get the stuff to be able to do a contract. So maybe I got to work on that. I try to think of a game like Orleans when I'm looking at, like, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this. I haven't actually played it. It's still downstairs on my shelf. But what I hear is there's 6 different paths to victory and they're all equal. And I'm like, wow, that's an amazing feat if that's true. Now they're all tracks and stuff, but essentially we're kind of in the same boat here. So, there's what, 4 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the duck pond is really money. So, and you can't, you can control the contest to some extent, but you can certainly increase your chances in the contest. So, it would be cool if you've got these 5 things that you need to do for victory, and they were all kind of pulling you in 5 equal directions to want to do all of them equally, because it's not obvious that I should get money first from something and then or put my birds in here. I mean, I don't know which is obvious. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it does seem like this one right now is not my obvious thing to do.
For sure.
But I mean, I don't know how Jack felt doing it, if he felt like it was truly a good strategy to start with in the game, or if it's something he would rather have waited a turn or 2 to go into. So yeah, for me, it was mostly, I know you have some mitigation in the game, but I want to be able to do all of these. I never want to have a moment where I'm like, I absolutely can't do that action. I think that was it. And I just want to say that all of that sounded like a lot of negative, but I really like the bones of what you have here, Sasha, and it really intrigued me when you put it on the table. It really did hit a spot for me, and everything really seemed to be intertwining really nicely together. So I actually, like, about, I don't know, 2 turns in, I was just like, okay, I can't say that yet because I'm supposed to wait for feedback. But at that point, I was like, I really like this. So
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. You're out.
Not on this channel, you don't.
So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you. I definitely good feedback. Like some of the main things I was hearing from you is wanting some more dice manipulating that roll mitigation stuff, and then that last sort of thought that I was hearing was just a little bit more of a lure for the contracts, doing the contract route. Cool. Thanks.
Cool.
Perfect.
Let's see. Contracts. I liked that you broke up the contracts into a bunch of different choices rather than just the 4 classic ones.
Yeah.
So I liked the contract deck as an upgrade to what you had before. I still have my same old feedback about the eggs and the birds and the colors and the not colors, but we don't need to rehash that.
You should say the gist of it just for people that are watching.
So this is colored by my prior experiences. A new player will probably never even be bothered by this. But the birds used to have a color. And so now my brain really wants, instead of, and like my brain has this idea where, you have eggs, where it's lay any number of eggs of a color or hatch any number of eggs of a color. You'd have birds, which is send any number of birds of a color or buy any number of birds of a color. Where it's like a little more homogenous as far as like how the actions work. So you're not like, wait, this one's only 1, this one's any number, this one's only 1. And it's always,
see what you mean.
It's always like, it's the color and it's any number of that color. And then potentially same thing with hands too. Collect any number of birds or eggs of that color or whatever. Obviously, like game mechanics wise, that might not make sense. Like maybe then you do need 3 hands to do what you need to do, and maybe that sucks. I don't know. But but there's still in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, why are they different? My bird color should matter if my egg color matters.
I see what or there should be no egg colors. Is that an option? Or is that utter chaos?
I really, really like that there are egg colors, and I think that is the right way to go.
Yeah.
Just as like the way the core like push and pull of the game works.
Yeah.
But like, obviously,
Yeah.
who knows?
Mhm.
You don't know until you try something. It might be amazing. The leftover die. Oh, this one I've said before too.
Yep.
Just
Classic.
let it be whatever
I
it
know it.
is. Don't turn it to an egg. Let it just be whatever they put there, and then the person can do that. And I think the reason you didn't do that, my guess / maybe memory, is because you were worried about resolution order of gaining milestones.
That is definitely part of it. It is also the idea that sometimes certain symbols just don't do anything for some people.
Yeah.
Whereas generally eggs are always
More likely
like
to.
that there, like, obviously we had a situation where either Trevor or Jack didn't have any birds of a specific color, so
Yeah.
they would actually do nothing. But for the
Mhm.
most part, eggs always do something for people.
I do think it cuts down the analysis paralysis for me a little bit to just flip it to eggs.
Yeah.
Because if
that's
I'm
true.
thinking about like, well, but do I want Trevor to take that action? Do I want
Mhm.
Evan to take that action?
Mhm.
Do I want Evan to take these eggs? Do I want, it's just a lot more to think about with what other people are doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
On the analysis paralysis, and again, I think I've said this one before. Let me resolve the dang dice in any dang order. And if I get a benefit of seeing what happens for me before I decide what die to give away, okay, let me have that benefit. And you might have had another good reason to have to pick the die you're taking out first, but I
Like,
don't remember.
yeah, the other reason was like later in the game, it might take a little bit for someone to resolve like hatching all of their certain eggs. And so if they're waiting till the end of your turn to do all of that, then all of that time is added on to your full turn length rather than while you're figuring out what your actions are.
And that's why I figured you did it, is so that you can say, okay, you guys do that, and I'm going to do my stuff,
And you can
then you'll be
only
done that.
you can only resolve milestones on your turn. Is that
Yeah.
okay? So even if somebody fills up their storage, they're not getting a milestone until their turn,
Well, they can't fill up their storage with
or
the egg
whatever
symbol.
fills up
Yeah,
their
yeah,
dovecote.
yeah. Yeah. That's the one milestone that you could sort of do on
Yeah.
someone else's turn, but
Yeah.
you can't actually take the milestone
Yeah.
until your turn.
Yeah, and maybe it's just down to like how different brains process. But for
Yeah, for
me, having to figure out what I'm gonna do entirely already doesn't actually save anybody any time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if
Mhm.
I already have to figure out my entire turn before I put that fourth die out there, then did we save any time by putting it out before I resolved anything else? Oh.
Yeah, I hear you.
Delivery birds versus carrier pigeons. Is there a reason that carrier pigeon is not a good term?
I definitely could. I think the reason is because just I guess I just need to always call them pigeons then. But the game is called Dovecote, so they're like they're sort of doves. But yeah, I think carrier pigeon would make total sense. And
Call them
yeah,
carrier rock doves.
yeah, no, totally.
I also wanted the same thing. I forgot to mention that.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll take a note of that. That's very reasonable and easy fix.
And you know what? If they don't know that a dovecot is for pigeons, well, screw them.
Right.
I mean, this is a learning experience.
I don't need those people.
Oh, sorry. Are we still on?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do need those people. Please. Complete contracts. The up and down with upgrades. Oh. Complete contract upgrades. I was just in my head toying with the idea of the money symbol. Instead of saying complete one contract, you instead swap that with the upgrading something. So completing a contract is something you can do every turn. And upgrading is something that you need to roll the money symbol for.
That is an interesting idea that I'd love to test.
Yeah,
I think that would help with it feeling like doing the contracts is more work
Mhm.
because you're having to put them into your thing with one symbol and then
Mhm.
needing another symbol to then get them out of your thing. So yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I think that
that's
would.
a
I
good thing
don't
to test.
I don't remember him saying that about our feedback, Jack.
Yes. I mean, I don't want to brag, but like,
Maybe not the best idea.
He always does. Darn him.
Let's see. Speaking of which, I actually really liked Trevor's idea of the dice drafting. Obviously, I don't know if it's actually right for this game, but I think it'd be worth a one play just to see
Mhm.
how it feels.
No,
Um,
I do actually really like that concept. I was on the fence about calling this dice drafting because there's
right.
a slight bit of that, but it's
Yeah.
one person just making the decision.
Yeah.
So, but I think that is a really good idea.
It's a
Trevor,
cool idea. And then
yeah.
you just, it's, you know, number of dice
First.
equal to, oh no, you can't do that because it's the 4 different colors.
It is. There's a lot of challenges with
Yeah.
it, but I'm down to try and
Yeah.
poke around.
Yeah, it's
with
interesting. I was going to say, you know, number of players plus 1, and then the last player has the option of the 2 dice.
Mhm.
And so they actually have some agency with the last one that goes out that affects everybody at the end of the round. I don't know. It's interesting.
You could always dual color as well if you
That's true.
really wanted to. I don't know how many dice you'd
Or a
need to
wild.
dual color them. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do, depending on the number of players, you know, you could add a certain number of wilds or whatever.
Mhm.
Multiple hands equals bad roll. Didn't like it. We've already discussed it.
Yeah.
But that
I did look at the odds. The odds of rolling
4
hands is 1 in 1,296, and the
Oh.
odds that Evan rolled was 1 in 216. So like 216, that will definitely happen
yeah.
Oh yeah.
to
Well,
some people.
here's
Is it
some
something.
really?
hands,
Is it really 1 in 216 though, or is it 4 in 2? Is it because you got 4 dice that you're playing with, not just 3?
How does
Three dice would be 1 in 216, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, you are correct. You are correct.
Yeah. So would it be 4 in
Uh,
216?
Yeah, 4 in 216.
Yeah.
how does that compare with like
So that's 1 in
getting a
54.
4 of a kind in poker? You know,
Oh, 4 of a kind is way higher.
Yeah.
Way worse odds.
tougher to get.
Way
Yeah.
harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that, you know, that stuff does happen.
Yeah.
Here's the thing to think about: a 1 in, what was it, 1/1200 chance, basically. That is going to happen if this game is ever released on
Right.
like a mass and it's
Yeah.
delivered
Yeah.
on the first day it's played. That's going to happen several
but
times.
It doesn't.
To
Still,
Evan.
you can do one
Evan.
hand action and one action of whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, it would feel bad, and it definitely can if it comes when you really can't use a hand. Then yeah, and so I do think having some other thing that the hand can do, I think could help with this a lot. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
So on to my next point. Another
Yeah.
thing the hand could do is
Perfect.
rearrange your birds.
Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, because
that
like
would
if
be
you've got some
useful.
little dangling participles out here and they're not paired up, you know, you can just like do some swipperoonie.
That's a good
that
idea.
could be an alternate hand.
I like that for
Action.
several reasons.
Mhm.
One of the things is people, it didn't come up in this time, but oftentimes people say, so can I like move my birds around?
No.
It's like, and I'm like back and forth on it, how important that is, but I think it would
Well, it's
cause
also
too much problems.
It's also one of those thematic things. It's like, why can you not move your birds?
Right.
Because they're like paired up. They're like,
Because they mate.
have
They
a
mate
really-
for
for
yeah.
life. Yeah.
It would be super powerful if you had like half your board over
Just,
here
like,
and
constantly-
you had done all your eggs like with these 2, and then you leave those 4 eggs
Right, you
there
leave
and
the
you
eggs
move
and
them
you move
over to
them.
here.
Yeah.
So it would be
you just do
super
it for
powerful.
free,
but
it
I-
would be too. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think it would also be, I don't know if it would be too powerful to be able to do it, because I mean, what
No.
are the chances you're going to be able to do that all the time? And so can anybody else.
When you have to spend an action to do it, which is costly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a good idea because I don't want it to just be free. And we are sort of, before I was definitely not looking for more possible actions to do because I only had 3 symbols and each
Right.
symbol had 3 things that you could do, and that was a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah, I remember that.
So now that we're back to 4 symbols and 3 of our 4 symbols have 2 different things that they can do each, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that is something, because I think when we played it was 3 and 3.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, 4 and 2 is so much easier.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Eric Ledger says just call them squab.
Yeah, I mean, squabs are baby birds.
They mate for life all 6 weeks until they go into storage. That's brutal.
That hit me late to think about it.
So then, to dovetail into that discussion. Okay.
No.
Do the other thing I was thinking of is get rid of the hand.
Okay.
Because collecting in and of itself isn't a reason enough to have a die face, I think. Because it's collect any number of birds and eggs, right? It's like it's just a thing that's another thing you can do once on your turn or whatever. Like I don't think that action in and of itself justifies having a die face.
Okay.
If it was a little more nuanced, like collect birds of this color or eggs of this color, if you're doing something else with it. But if it's just like could be replaced by on your turn, you can collect any number of things from your dovecote. But I don't know. You don't like how many of those do you want? Also, because you already have one at the bottom, which is buy one. You know what I mean? So it's like then it starts adding up into more brain.
Let's just have them
overhead.
all be free actions.
What's that?
We'll just have them all be free actions.
It's just all free actions. The dice don't matter. So
just do whatever you
want.
This is Dovecote. Do whatever you want.
RPG.
So like maybe that's something to think about. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Like real time. Whoever can get their stuff out fast enough.
But
this is an RTS.
It did always feel weird to me, and it has always felt weird to me that I have to store them before I can cash them in for contracts.
For sure.
So you could even not have to store them.
Okay.
And just entirely get rid of that. Does that take away some strategic, pathways? Yeah, that would be a problem that you'd have to fill in a different way or whatever. But, I'm storage feels weird to me.
Okay. Yeah.
And it feels unrewarding.
I definitely feel you, and I think there are a couple of suggestions that have come out today that I think could help with that. But
yeah.
I also I'll poke around with the idea of I don't hate the idea of freely being able to put things in your storage,
or just cutting it entirely.
Yeah. I'll think of that.
Yeah, fill contracts with live birds, man.
I do think Evan's idea of adding the second option to the hand justifies that a little bit more too. To your point, Evan, like where it's like, oh, well, there's variability here,
and then also, like adding another lure to the storage thing would also help with that. Just making storage more interesting. I hear that.
Speaking of which, and I think somebody already said this, but I was distracted. So if I totally just ripped off your idea, don't bring it up. Let me take credit. But you could have static abilities on these contracts. I think, did Trevor say that?
I think it might have been Jack Trevor combo.
But yeah, where you could have
track.
Like remember. Dang it! I like that idea though.
I remember saying it.
I came up with it myself. Because you used to have all those little extra abilities you could upgrade, Sasha. But I was like, none of these are really interesting. And so eventually you cut them. But I liked that there was some interesting stuff to do. I just wanted it to be more interesting. So
Yeah.
the contracts could be that space
Okay.
where, one of them, gives you some sort of reroll mitigation.
Mm-hmm.
One of them lets you, when you discard a die, instead of setting the one of their dice, you can discard a die to set the other two dice. So it's like you're only taking two actions, but it's exactly what you want. Like that would be awesome. You'd be like, oh, sweet. I mean, I'm only getting two actions, but it's exactly what I need. Just kind of like boosting other things. Or another guy that's, +1 die to all of your contest rolls or whatever. All these little abilities you could have on these contracts that are static abilities that gives you a reason to want to get in early on good ones rather than, and I think Jax might be right. Again, I haven't played this a ton, but I feel like going for big contracts early is a bad idea unless you're adding a Dovecote level with the funds.
The funds, yeah.
Because big birds is big birds, man. I think that is the dominant strategy to beat.
Yeah, I also think you could do that in a tiered manner where the low value contracts have a low value ability,
Exactly.
higher. So you could keep it relatively simple. So it's like there are really only 2 or 3 things that the contracts potentially allow you to do, but they could give you multiple opportunities and further incentive to go for the 4 contract thing, which seems like, if I were to guess, is something that people do last in most cases to try to finish out their victory points.
It sort of depends on player count, but yeah, like in a 2-player game, there's only 1 spot for each of these things. The completed contract does happen pretty quickly. So it sort of depends on what shows up in the market. If they're like
how easy they are.
ones, then
makes sense.
TTS note: I'm assuming that you have discard piles for the birds, and you're not reshuffling every time somebody discards a bird.
So the way that it would work is you put them face up at the bottom of the deck, and then once the deck is out, then you reshuffle.
Love it.
Yeah.
Just because here we were reshuffling every time somebody threw a bird away, and I was like, hopefully that's not what you're doing in the actual tabletop version.
No, not in the tabletop version.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's just putting cards upside down at the bottom of the deck on TTS is annoying.
is annoying. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Play to 5 players. It's an interesting idea. Like I said, it does. I think what I would do going to 5 players is I might fiddle with maybe only needing 3 milestones to win or something. It just depends on how long that extends the playtime. But that would be one way to mitigate it if it made sense to do that. Like maybe that's too crazy. I don't know. Maybe 3 is too easy, but
yeah, I think 3 would be too easy if we don't play around with Trevor's idea of
right.
Yeah, if you go drafting, it's a lot easier to not worry about. I've got 4 people in front of me before I get to my turn, so that is one way to mitigate that. But
the idea of yours that I was referring to is having anything in the contest just counts as 1 milestone,
right?
Regardless of if you have 2 cubes there.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because if you only needed 3 and you could have 2 cubes in the center, then it would be. And that could be 2 milestones, and that would be a little bit ridiculous. But I'll play around with your idea for that, Trevor. But I'll have to tweak with some stuff for that to work. Yep.
Equal player turns. I think I've mentioned this before. Some people are going to be annoyed. Like Trevor lost out on a turn. But I guess
I wasn't doing much with them anyway.
When you have a game where there is a discrete end condition, there's 2 ways to handle it. It's if there's victory points, then you let everybody finish the round, or that's easier, right? Because then it might matter. If it's the first person gets to 4 wins, then it doesn't really make any sense to finish the round. So you might have a few people that are salty about not getting their final turn, but ultimately just the way you have the milestones, I think that makes sense. But it was just a thing.
No, no, totally. I definitely hear that, and I think since the game length has been shortening,
Yeah,
I feel like that has become less.
less of an issue.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still a valid thought.
Yeah.
One
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
one thing that I have found in the playtesting that we've been doing is objective based end games reduce game weight
hmm
compared to victory points. So it's something to
Yeah.
consider. When you have a objective end game, it's a lot easier for players to
Yeah.
grok and strategize because they
Right.
go, oh, okay.
What do I need to do? Oh, I need to
Yep.
put a cube there. Got it.
You need to accomplish this objective. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Mhm.
I'm not counting points.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of that in general most of the time.
I like it. Low bird strategy. Jack was talking about this. I don't think it's as hopeless as you were saying,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's dominant. I don't think
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh, definitely.
I think it's possible to win with, but I don't think it's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, the game is about
Yeah.
breeding birds. So
Yeah.
Makes
Like
sense
you
to have
Wait,
can
what?
get
it.
Wait a minute. What are we doing here? I thought we were eating birds.
did I say breeding?
Preparing. Because you can get contracts
The
easy.
serve pigeon.
You can get the duck pond, which you did. And you can get delivery relatively easy without
Yeah.
expanding your dovecote.
True.
And then the last one, like, is there a fourth one you can get doing a very low bird strategy? Maybe storage.
Yeah.
Maybe,
With
but it's
eggs?
kind of rough.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough. So I do think it's weak. So you could, Sasha, think about a way to make not rocking a ton of birds more viable.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that way is the contracts, if the contracts give you static bonuses or some other benefit that having it longer is better,
Mm-hmm.
then it makes sense to go in early on them rather than building up all your birds before you get them.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of thus strengthening the small bird
your
strategy.
engine building
Yeah.
with your passive abilities rather than engine building with the number of birds that you have.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So that might lend a little bit more possibility for a small bird strategy to be viable.
Yeah,
and
I think
competitive.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, contest losers. I mean, we all know losers shouldn't get anything, but you could give them like a card or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or $1 per bird,
Mm-hmm.
just something. So it's like, hey, thanks for playing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry you had 5 birds and that guy only had 1, but he rolled better than you.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you get $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
You had a 1 in 5,000 chance.
Yeah, because winning the
all
milestone is
eggs.
important, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get something out of it.
Yeah. It definitely feels bad for the people that put in very conscious effort to
Yeah,
go hard on a contest and then not win,
yeah,
and then maybe get like $2 from
right,
rolling 1 money symbol. But
Right.
I entered like 6 or 7 birds.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear that.
Contracts, they could have static abilities. I already said that. It currently, as they are, I feel like the best play is to just do the small ones early so that you don't eat into your bird population too much. Which I don't know if that's good or bad, but
It depends if you're just trying to get this milestone or you're trying to fund stuff. Yeah.
I love mine. I've got like all these things in here and I didn't use any of them.
I thought about it though.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
Put them on
Mistakes were
ice.
made. Mistakes
You
were
thought
made.
about it. 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind. This could be just a tack-on rule that doesn't get used enough to justify having in the rule book. But I think Jack was gonna say, or did say, what if you get something when you roll a 3 of a kind or a 4 of a kind? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that could be interesting. My only, yeah, I'm definitely down to test that. I think the reason that I wouldn't, or my worry would be that it adds extra
Yes,
rules.
right. If it doesn't
Um,
happen often enough, then it's just
yeah,
an extra thing. Yeah, totally.
because there aren't great odds to roll three of a kind unless it's the bird symbol or the egg symbol, and both of those are like not that bad to roll multiples of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
I mean
I hear you.
one of the very simple ways of doing that is Yahtzee rolling, or roll and lock, right?
Mhm.
Where it's like
Mm-hmm.
roll twice and
Lock
Right.
in between.
Yeah,
Save
or
any
if
number and re-roll any number.
You roll
I mean,
Or
he
you
could
could just
still roll
say-
bad
Roll four hands
again,
again?
of course.
yeah, or you could just say only if you roll four of a kind,
You get a
re-roll up
Mhm.
to 3 of them.
Yeah. I'll poke around with some ideas. Yeah, I want to find an elegant solution that isn't like if this then that
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. Totally. Yeah, it's probably what else? That's what I wrote down.
Tell me how you really feel.
I still really like this game. Just the basic conceit of the game, where I'm shacking up these pigeons and they're making eggs. Like I love it. I think it's great. It's still fun to look at on the table. Um, you guys haven't played this in real life, but your little eggs, they're like adorable to hold and move around, and you're like, moving your little. I don't know. It's awesome. Just the theme is fun, despite it being, you know, like a Euro-y dice rolling game. It's a fun theme. Um, Obviously, you need some more art,
Yeah.
and I do
Yeah.
like the duck upgrade. But like the
duck
storage
grade.
guys and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
whatever. It's very serviceable as is. Um, and I like the the 2 contests and the 2 money symbols. That was good. That was that way last time I played. I like that. I like the 2 different contest birds that
Sort
are
of
just
change
gonna
up.
be what they're gonna be. Is it just the 4 cards there?
It's just the 4 cards. Yep. So
Yeah, so it's
yeah,
never
it'll
gonna be the
always,
same bird on either side.
yeah.
Yeah.
3 contests for 3 contests, there will never be the same.
Yeah.
It's possible that a 4th color won't come up, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I still really enjoy this game, man.
Awesome. Glad to
Eric
hear that.
had one point in comments. He said, maybe consider expanding on what we're doing with the pigeons as a means of adding theme and depth. Some of them could be meat, some are for hobby, like pigeon fanciers, some are for sport. I think you do have that a little bit with the contest storage delivery.
I think I did that more last time I taught this on here. I sort of
talked about it more.
The reason for the things a little bit more.
Yeah.
I could definitely with art and stuff. I think would be easier to do as well. But I should remember to have more of that in the teach, because I did do a lot of sort of learning about doves and dovecotes and pigeons and pigeon keeping and different things people do with pigeons for the design of this game. So there is a lot of that built into the like why things work certain ways. I just need to do a better job of sort of saying that out loud or showing that visually.
You did have that. You also did have something. So this is a confounding point, but you had it in the past where you had to set aside pigeons for contests.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Doves for contests. And that was so that kind of like draws like thematically, you're like, oh, these are my fancy pigeons. But it was annoying.
Yeah,
it was like,
I think that was a good
it was
cut.
so much more complicated.
It was a good cut.
Yeah. And that's always
and
the
then when
thing
you lost
doing
it was really bad.
Yeah, whenever you're doing like a thematic game, figuring out where to take the concessions of
yes,
is this thematic, is this fun?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it was great.
You could have your
Thematically,
guys.
I was like, oh, cool.
You could have your guys set aside, and you're putting these guys into your thing and saying these are your sport pigeons, and when they lose, they become your meat pigeons.
They go in your storage.
I mean, that is
What do you want to do with these
exactly
pigeons?
what happened before.
It's a
Is
moral
it?
dilemma.
Oh,
Because,
funny.
well, I mean, and this actually,
That's
I
right, I
think
remember
might have been
that, actually.
Evans, like was asking. He had filled up his Dovecote by the time this contest actually happened. So then his birds would be coming back. It's like, oh, they don't have space over here. They go into storage. They're dead. So yeah, it was. There was some funniness with that, but
It was funny.
Yeah.
And if you could put in a little kid with a BB gun, that would be great.
It's like
Yeah. Was there anything else that you were hoping to kind of figure out or ask us, or any big things that we didn't really go over or cover?
I think you guys covered some stuff that was really helpful. Since the last time I brought it on, there was a decent number of changes since last time Jack saw it. Obviously, you've seen a couple iterations since the last time it was on the live stream, but even since then, like, no one said anything about there being these different colored decks. How was that feeling for being able to hatch eggs, and was that feeling easy and problem free?
I think so. I liked it. I like that they were single color. Because you used to have the dual color, and I was like, you either got to make it single color or really dig into that dual color thing. Which it was kind of like on the edge of not really even using that mechanic most of the time.
Yeah, you had to like flip cards, and then if any part of the
you
card
were cycling
was that
through
color,
cards.
Yeah.
So I like this as an answer, although I like this as an answer. Like, I'm not convinced that 4 different decks is justified, but a basic part of the game is that you're hatching certain egg colors that are more likely to turn out a certain pigeon color, which I think is important as a thing.
Yeah.
As a random thing, it kind of makes it feel less interesting, where it's 50-50.
Yeah.
So I'm still, I still there might still be some room there, rather than just having like a deck of all different ones. Like I think it is important that you're hatching eggs of a certain color, and you're, that's helping you predict what you're going to fill your dovecote with. Like I think that's an important part of the game. But then it is very random, which maybe that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah. Variance is definitely something that I always am very conscious and wary of in game design in general. That's something that can definitely be really annoying, or make a game more approachable to different sort of skill levels or ages. And I'm pretty happy. I've been happy with how it's been, but I also want to hear how people feel.
Well, I would say from an emotional perspective, because I drew cards often, the fact that it was 50-50 and I knew that, it felt pretty good when you get the color that you draw and you want that. You're like, oh, cool. Nice. It was red. Good. And it didn't feel all that bad to draw something else, because it's like, well, I still get a bird, and birds are great. So, I don't know. I'm not disappointed to draw a bird pretty much ever. So
I could definitely adjust the odds to make it like more likely that you'll get the color, but I think that it's nice the way that it is, because if you do get yourself in a situation where you are very heavy on one specific color, it's not like you're going to just keep getting that color. You 50% of the eggs that you're hatching from those are going to be different colors, to sort of get you out of a hole of, I'm so
that's
heavy
true.
in this one color.
Right.
That's true. I did have one instance where I drew a card and it wasn't the color I expected, and I thought, nice.
True.
That's what
it was like one of the upcoming contest birds.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
Um,
cool.
Yeah.
one of the other things about randomness
Mhm.
is the cool aspect of randomness is the oh moments, right? Like when everybody at the table is like, oh, because
Yeah.
that thing happened that they
Mhm.
really needed to happen, or whatever.
Mhm.
And so I don't know if there's anything you can lean into more in those decks. Like, maybe there's the wild pigeon. There's
Wild
one
pigeon.
wild pigeon in each deck,
Huh.
or whatever that can be any color. I don't know, just something, some kind of like
Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
moment.
I mean, I definitely that does sound interesting. The thing that worries me, and again, this just goes to my sort of focus on variance in games, is
The winner can
then
get.
if one person gets
Yeah.
like multiple,
Yeah.
then everyone else is like, well, okay, well that's
Yep.
we just got like that's the game's over, or
Mhm.
like even though it maybe is not, it just like can add. I don't want to add extra randomness unless it's like really
Yeah.
beneficial.
Yeah. It just that maybe that's not the answer,
No,
but
totally.
I think there is some
The
space to
concept,
make that randomness
that oh moments.
more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's totally serviceable as it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
Absolutely.
I
broken.
mean, it could just be money. You just draw a pigeon, and
Some
it's a
pigeons
fancy
have money.
pigeon.
Oh, it's a money pigeon.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well,
This
The golden
pigeon.
goose.
There was $5 in this egg.
I win.
this pigeon's just full of money.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you introduce like a
Yeah.
seek rare or whatever, like invariably somebody's gonna get more of them, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be the person who's already ahead. So like it also introduces some issues, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I hear you though, and that is an element of variance and randomness that I maybe don't think about enough. So I'll
Mhm.
definitely sort of try and be conscious of that with my changes in future. Um, but yeah, I really appreciated the feedback, even though this game in particular, I really wish it was it went a little bit longer than it did. I still think it's a good experience for me to like see this happening and sort of be able to learn from this. I do want each of you to play this again because I think this game is better if the game lasts a little bit longer. But I also really enjoy all the feedback that you were able to give, and it does seem like everyone did have a better time than I was worried that they're going to have with it ending the way that it ended.
Mhm.
So, yeah, the main thing, the main sort of takeaways that I sort of had
Yeah.
was about making the storage more interesting, like doing the storage contract path being a little bit more of a lure and enticing element.
Mhm.
Something to help with mitigation for like rolling 3 or 4 of the same symbol, and or just like mitigation in general, which we talked about ways to solve that could potentially even tie in with the making storage more interesting. So definitely going to poke around with that. I did really like the idea, Evan, of at least testing, switching around the
Yeah.
completing contract with the buying upgrade as being your sort of free action.
Mhm.
I think that could also just hammering this sort of point home, make the contract storage thing a little bit more viable or enticing. And yeah, and then potentially poke around with the idea of making the contest be only worth 1 milestone, however many cubes. The main problem that I see with that in the current state is it feeling like it's work to get your 2 cubes on here, and then when someone else like tries to knock you out, you're not taking away that anything from that person, so you're not able to like stop them from winning if they're close to winning by
Mhm.
knocking out one of their contest cubes.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's rambling off on me problem solving some of these thoughts. But thank you very much, and yeah, great, thank you.
Awesome. Cool.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
man.
Sasha.
Yeah.
It's good to see Dovecote again, and like
Yes.
fun to see the change. It's so interesting how this is one of the fun things about having games back on the channel.
Mhm.
Is it's really interesting to see what even small changes can do for design. I mean, they can make drastic changes. So that's really interesting to see. If people are interested in Dovecote, what do they do? Where do they find you? How do they learn about the game? Play it?
So right now I'm trying to push people towards a Facebook group, Dovecote the board game. Soon I will have a Discord up.
Send the link.
I do want to, link in the description. I will set up a Discord soon because I know some people prefer that to Facebook. But in general, I just want to try and find some people that are interested in playtesting the game, because I do want to get more playtests with different designers or people that are just interested in playing the game. So definitely check out the Facebook group Dovecote the board game.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome. Trevor, tell the people one more time how they can find your stuff and or buy your stuff and or support you.
Alcatraz escaped the city. Mine should be in bold down below. No, just kidding. It's not even there.
Right above the link for Dovecote.
Yeah, in like 20-point font.
No, yours is in the description. I think it's just zungagames.com, but
oh, okay, that works too. You should be able to zungagames.com should be able to have all of the Discord, the Facebook, all the books are on there.
Every book.
We've got all the books.
Nice.
Jack?
Yeah, and you can find me at newkingdomgaming.com. New Kingdom Gardeners is my current project. Going to Kickstarter April 18th. So pre-launch page is available. Also, our Facebook group is New Kingdom Gardeners. So yeah.
I'm Evan Halbert. I have a website that you could go to that I never update. It's called portlandgamecraft.com. It's got some really old photographs of After the Empire. You can see our old cover on there. That's fun. And some of the old cards that aren't even in the game anymore. I should probably update that and put some newer games on there. But I haven't. So since you can't go check out anything new from me in my website, instead, you can just buy the game that's out that I designed called After the Empire. Go buy it. And then if you hate it, don't tell anybody. If you love it, tell
positively rate it.
Yeah, rate it on BGG regardless of what you think of it.
Yeah, what's that up to on BGG now, Evan? Isn't it quite high up there?
Ranking?
Yeah.
1742,
Ooh.
I think. 1742, not bad.
Nice.
Moving up.
In the top $2,000. I'm happy with that.
That's pretty
fantastic.
high. I love it.
And then Eric once again is saying that dim fancy pigeon is good eating. I'm assuming that's the multicolored pigeon. And then also he said, great game, Sasha.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my co-designer Eric Hall.
Yeah, he was in the chat briefly, wasn't he?
Yeah, Eric was. Eric Hall was in the chat briefly earlier, but he is the one that sort of brought this the concept of this game. And then I've been doing a lot of the work the last couple months, but this whole project has been us together. So definitely shout out to Eric Hall.
Yeah. I need to get better about saying everybody who's on the design team's name, because I am always like, oh, who am I directly interacting with? You're the designer. There's nobody else involved. Sasha Jelten and Eric Hall, who I have also met, just only a couple of times instead of Sasha, who I've met many couples of times. Many couples of times. But again, thanks everybody. I really appreciate it. Sasha, thanks for bringing it back and subjecting yourself to more harsh criticisms and allowing us to have a lot more fun. I enjoyed it again. I continue to enjoy this game in all its iterations. Trevor, thanks for jumping on, man.
Yeah.
Jack, thanks as always. And
yes, sir. That was Playtest This.
And we are